Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Stafford by-election. We apparently already have the first batch in, so I will be checking that in a second.
Hey
Um,
guys, Max here from Angle Election Insights.
oh yeah, Max is here too.
um,
Sorry about that. No.
I told Eli that we should start streaming at 6:30, so we weren't
Yeah,
fluffing around waiting for polls, and now we're late. So that's my fault. Sorry,
that's all
guys.
right. It's not in on poll budget yet though, right? It's only
No,
in on.
it's definitely in on
Oh yeah,
QEC.
yeah.
I'm trying to see
Right.
where the votes are from though.
It's Fiona Hammond. That's the Lib, I take it. So
Yeah, it must be like telephone votes or something because
all
it's
right.
all major parties.
All right. Well, anyway, Max, do you want to give us a little bit of a run up for this election before we get like results?
Yeah, sure. So obviously, really sad circumstances with poor old Jimmy Sullivan passing away, age only 44, I think. Um, and the LNP government decided that they were going to jump all over the opportunity and call a quick by election. And it's been basically a 4 week campaign. And I guess the main point of interest is well, initially I thought it would be will there be any swing to the LNP? If there is, that's probably not good for Stephen Miles's leadership. If he can get a swing to Labor, that's that probably puts Labor in a decent position. But now, because turnout might be a bit low, and also just the way the government's been performing lately, the way the opposition's been performing, there's a few guys. There's a few guys in the media talking about how this could actually flip. In my prediction, I had Labor just hanging on. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I think this really could go down to the wire.
I love this trifecta of by-elections we've had weekend upon weekend. It's been
Yeah,
been lots of fun. Yeah, and then also the budget at the same time. So also this happened, right? Stephen Miles apologized to State Parliament after contempt finding. So what's can you tell everyone what this is about? And sorry, my microphone's a little far away from my mouth.
um, I'm not sure I actually can. He
Okay.
was, yeah, I'm not sure what he was
He
talking about in
accused
Parliament.
somebody else of like an expenses scandal, and then I guess it was wrong. I guess that's what this.
Do you know who he accused? I don't know where you've gone, man. So do we know? So we reckon this first batch is just mobile polls. I don't know what's happened to your mic, Eli. Deputy Premier included an apology. Yep, accused the Deputy Premier.
Hello.
Cool. Mobile polling, yeah. It makes sense. I was wondering if it was like telephone votes or um,
Testing.
something super random like that.
Testing. Is it working now?
Yeah,
Can
it
you...
is working.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. Sorry about that, everyone. I was just adjusting my microphone and I must have like turned it off or something. Yeah, so he accused him of like doing some expenses thing. Um
Yeah.
what was it? Conflict of interest during the 2024 set oh, okay, yeah. So conflict of interest, sorry. Um all right, let me just see if there's any results coming in. What did you say here? You can see the ECQ
Mobile,
booth breakdown. Is it a mobile?
yeah, yeah. Mobile polling has come
Ah,
in, so
okay.
it's not many votes,
Right,
about
okay.
100.
Hmm.
Thank you, Exobitomolonolith.
Oh, this is the guy who was like schooling me on whether or not the 50% discount will be attractive for new builds. Look, okay, so I won't go too into this in this video because we're focusing on not video, sorry, stream because we're focusing on Queensland. But I'll just see what Kevin Bonham's saying, by the way. Um, but like yeah, like I think it's probably not going to be like enough to really change. Like I just think there's maybe a psychological aspect to it. Maybe I'm grasping at straws here. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Um, Oh, I love you too. I love all of you. Um, but yeah,
Cool.
I hope you're right, and that there won't be some weird sort of market distortion where people are rushing to buy empty lands, then get the 50% discount. You're probably right. Um, there's maybe some fringe cases where it's actually beneficial, but regardless, it probably will add to supply anyway. So I don't know. So I don't know, but it's the totality thing. It was down today, so um, oh, the exit poll. Do you want to talk about that? 150 voters.
Oh yeah, so there's been two exit polls. One was conducted across both of the pre-poll centres, and that was, I think, quite early in the week. So in the part of the pre-poll period where it's particularly like LNP friendly, you would think, and that came out with a slight swing to the LNP, slight swing against Labor, and a pretty big swing against the Greens. And then there was one today, 150 voters, and it was like 43% LNP, 33% Labor, 15%
Mm,
Greens.
yeah.
150 voters, you never like, I
Mm,
mean, it's crazy. Like, which 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 booths was that?
yeah.
How like I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if I trust that at all.
Mm,
It's so few respondents, but
mm,
it's not looking good for Labor, I guess, just
mm.
based on that
Well,
scant evidence.
this is why we decided to do the streaming because you said it was actually looking pretty close. So yeah, we thought
Yeah.
maybe Labor would squeak in, but the last couple of days, maybe. I mean, like I asked you if the budget would actually play into this at all, but you seem to think nah, it's more just local issues. You know, that's the main thing. So
I think, yeah, I don't think so. And I think the campaign has been not leaning into federal issues at all, from what I can tell.
we have some results, by the way. Oh, that's just mobile polling. That's what we already have, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Okay, so the LNP did win mobile polling
Mm,
comfortably
yeah.
last time as well.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I've got that here as well. So uh,
Although there is a swing. So they won,
uh
there was 171 votes last time. They won just over 50% of them.
okay. So okay. Well, obviously, Whole Blood is not thinking this is a huge indication of anything yet, considering the Greens have a 16.7% chance of winning from from here. So
0.3% counted. It is fun to get some votes this early though.
oh, by the way, like you know Fox and Hedgehog, right? Is it a Sonic reference or is that just completely unrelated?
Fox and Hedgehog.
You
No,
know,
I feel
like
like it
Tails and
comes.
Sonic, right?
I thought it was. I thought it had something to do with there's like a fable or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's what Sonic the Hedgehog's based on, the fable of I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But
Is that right, chat? Is there like there's some sort of phrase or fable to do with Fox and Hedgehog? I thought.
that sounds like yeah, that sounds more accurate than they're basing it on Sonic. They're just huge Sonic nerds. Like
Yeah.
like it's like if Chris Chan became like a pollster or something.
Ancient Greece reference. Yeah, cool.
Oh, ancient Greece. Oh, I see. So you know Romulus and Remus. Is that ancient Greece or is that
That's the
Rome?
founding of Rome,
Ah, so if I wanted to make like
I think.
make a an alternate pollster, I'd call it like Romulus and Remus or something, just to sort of.
That is Rome, isn't it? Yeah, now I'm doubting
It's an
myself.
Aussies elect reference. Fox
Fox
and
and
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog. So the
I
pollster he likes to go to the opening of pre-poll votes to get a sample. He knew the Voice would lose at 4 o'clock. Well, I feel like I knew the Voice would lose it in like September.
most likely aged care facilities and the like, says Kevin Bottom about the mobile polling.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So what were you saying were the main issues? You said like I was fiddling with my microphone when you might have talked about this earlier. So um,
I think like for the LNP, the big
yeah.
one is just they're talking about fuel and trying
Okay.
to tap like
Right.
increasing fuel and oil supply.
So why Mr. Max? Why is state owned petrol stations not the answer?
Well, I think the line they're going for is um, Australian owned fuel instead of going through the Straits of Hormuz.
Oh, that's what the LNP are going for. But I know that what's his name? Stephen Miles was championing like Australian owned, sorry, state owned petrol stations, right? Competing with the market. Do you remember that last election?
I don't remember that last election, but
Yeah, that was
I
his
heard.
policy. So
Wow.
is that
Okay.
his policy now? I don't know, guys, what's going on in Queensland. So you'll have to tell me. So I'm completely out of the loop.
Why not just I don't know. Why not just cut fuel excise if you were looking for like a centralized government response to?
Well, you can't do that from a state level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Um. So, well, yeah. I mean, like digging for, like where is oil even available in Queensland? Like that they're not
Well,
currently
they've
digging.
got some big reef or basin
Oh,
in central Queensland somewhere.
and
So,
is there some like environmental issues to digging up or something?
well, they're trying to say that the new environmental laws, those ones that Labor passed with the Greens last year, are
Oh,
um, are blocking it. But then the feds are coming back and saying like, well, you haven't told us anything about this project, so what are we
right.
supposed to do? So
Mm.
there's a bit of a like war of words. But I think the LNP are about to like their budget's coming up, right?
Hmm.
Second budget, and I think they're just looking for a big endorsement of this policy, just trying to make an election issue out of it.
Right.
Whereas Labor, we're talking more about like there's a local hospital.
Okay.
There's actually a huge hospital here. It has like 900 beds or something,
Okay.
and apparently there was bipartisan support to add another 100 or so beds, and now there's a war of words over like, is it still in the budget? Is it still funded? Is it not? So
I'm
that's
doing
been a thing.
I'm doing some scrolling, guys. So bear with me.
Oh
Uh,
no, don't scroll.
Chermside. I think I've been to this mall before. Yeah, Chermside Mall.
Really, you're such
Yeah.
a universal traveler.
um, it's just like this is okay. So what federal electorate would this be in like what's it, Dutton's
This is
electorate something?
Nah, this is like northern part of Brisbane, and most of it is in Lily.
Lily. Oh, right. Okay. So that's why Labor sort of had it last election, even though it was swinging against Labor last.
It's it's a it's a
Yeah.
traditional Labor seat. It's like an old working class area, from what I understand.
Mm,
But
yeah.
it's getting a bit gentrified with that sort of young professionals crowd.
Yeah. So if Labor lose this, it'd be pretty bad for them. It seems. It would. That,
It would have to be terminal for
yeah.
Stephen
Stephen
Miles. It
Miles.
would,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because like they already got a 6.6% swing last election, and then the whole thing about Stephen Miles, why he stayed was, well, one big reason is that they did really well in Brisbane. They only lost like what one seat was like Kapalaba, and then that was it or something.
Couple
Um,
other
yeah,
they lost a couple of seats, but I mean,
it was
I
like
find that
one or two. It was like way less than like they only lost seats in like regional Queensland for the
yeah,
most
yeah,
part.
but they were
So
getting like 15% swings in Keppel and Mackay and stuff.
I know,
It was a
I know.
very uneven
But
swing.
I
Yeah.
think that's why they kept him because they said like, oh well, he must be doing something well if he's doing this well in the cities, and maybe they were hoping that eventually Chris Foley would back down on the 50 cent fares or something, and then like Stephen
Yeah.
Miles be go like, yeah, get me back in. I was the champion of 50 cent fares, and he got rid of it, but he's kept it right. He's kept the 50 cent fares, and hasn't like Chris Foley even kept the increase um in like coal royalties too. Like he hasn't walked back on that. Am I wrong about that?
I couldn't be sure. The
Oh,
telephone
telephone
votes have
voting.
come in, by the way.
Sorry, everyone.
No, it's all good. Big swing. Well, it's not many votes, but it's slight swing
Mm.
against Labor. Most of it's gone to the LNP, and it looks like a big swing against the Greens. But uh, that might be just because of how many more candidates there are on the ballot.
Uh, doesn't look like there was much like on here at least on the poll ledger there wasn't much for the telephone voting last election.
Um, Last election, it was 170 odd votes. This time, it's what are we? About 300.
Yeah. Well, I guess because it's a by-election, there's more of it or something.
Yeah, people calling in from their road trips or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, good point. What was it saying? Oh yeah. Somebody this guy, the Omega Hannibal, talk about shale oil in Central Australia. That's not really in Queensland, is
That
it? or
That's what we're talking about.
oh,
Um,
it is. Okay,
the
is it is
the
sorry to interrupt. Is it in like Western Queensland?
yeah, where all that kind of stuff
Okay,
is.
yeah.
Anyone know why One Nation not running a candidate? They said because they basically couldn't hit the ground running quick enough. It was like a
Mm,
4 week campaign, and they were tied up in the P and Farah. But honestly, I think part of the reason is because they would get like 15% maybe
mm.
something like that here,
Take the
and they
wind off their
wouldn't.
sails.
Yeah, they wouldn't be
Yeah,
able to sell it as a win.
yeah,
So I think they just thought, screw it, we'll sit out.
yeah.
Nothing to gain here.
Like they already won Farah, right? Like they don't need to like possibly ruin the sort of what's it called momentum that they have by like going into this election and yeah, getting a
Yeah,
pathetic result
yeah.
like you're saying. Like,
And also, I think the other thing is like, what if they have to like really quickly pick a candidate? Maybe they don't have someone ready to go. He turns out to be crap, and it causes
mm-mm.
a bunch of damage.
Yeah,
I can see why.
yeah, yeah. And this isn't like a traditional like one nation seat. If there was a by election, I don't know, maybe even if it was in the Gold Coast or something, then maybe it would be like of interest to them. But this is just like some sort of like you said, it's kind of like white collar workers, right? Like
Exactly.
this.
This is yeah. It's not one nation
Yeah,
territory at all here.
yeah. So it's even less one nation territory, I'd say, than the Mornington Peninsula of Nepean, right? Like,
Yeah.
that at least is sort of like has some sort of like outer suburban angst or something. But this is just all like, um, yeah, like office workers and maybe a bit of immigrants too. Like, I would listen.
No. Well, maybe nowadays, but
Mm,
it was. It's more kind of old Catholic in terms of like the white population there. Like Brisbane's not a particularly diverse city, or at least it wasn't back at the last
compared to the other
census.
capital cities, yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. No, okay. The only moves that have been counted, by the way, are just telephone and early voting. So there's nothing really of interest. That oil, Chrysophouli is talking about needs an oil price of 120 a barrel to make it worthwhile. It was discussed back in the 70s. It is worse than the stuff from Mount Lawcourt. Well, um, I mean, it's a good sort of topic. They can say they're actually gonna they're actually trying to do something by focusing on
Yeah,
this
and I
shale.
mean, like with the Strait of Hormuz essentially closed, it's kind of like, well, whatever oil. It's not so much about the price. It's like what is available. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they've literally like anyone trying to buy oil is literally being like put over a barrel. How much has been counted? 1%. Mobile polling and telephone votes. So not very much at all, and not we're not like not the kind of representative sample that we can make good comparisons from yet. We
Do
need a
you
real
do you
thing.
agree with the Omega Chad Patrick Bateman? Australia has a main Queensland basin, WA basin, an NT shale basin. If there was a political will, we could be Alberta, Canada on steroids. What do you think, Max, about that?
Oh, I mean, I don't know enough about like the science of that to be able to evaluate that properly, to be honest. But like you often hear people talk about that. I mean, there's obviously like you go with iron ore, for example. Like imagine if we weren't producing that, the
Mm-hmm.
fact that we do, and the fact that there's this really strong export market, and that kind of gives us leverage with like diplomatic leverage with China, and economic leverage. Obviously, there is massive political will for it.
I'm just seeing if I could find some maps or something about shale oil in Queensland. Well, seeing like, let me see. This is a really old, this is an old article, but it'll do, I guess, for the sake of the discussion. So assess basin, other basins. So are they talking about like out here? Is this kind of what they're going on about? Um, these kind of areas.
Um, well, the screen's just showing the results page, so I'm not sure.
It's probably delayed. I'd say that's probably why.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. What do you, what is this what you're talking about, Mr. Mega Hannibal? When you talk about shale oil? Can we have professional pollsters here, please? Why talk Hamoos? What is that a serious comment? Like what? Like this goes back to like when I was saying like a month ago, like about the war in Iran and whether it matters. Like, of course it matters because the topic of oil is like a big one like recently. What happens to the oil rigs in Bass Strait? Well, they're in the Bass Strait. That's pretty far from Queensland for a start. Can you refine diesel from natural gas, which we have almost unlimited amount and currently supply Asia with massive quantities? I don't know. I didn't pay attention enough in science class, unfortunately. You need something much more modern than the Viva, Geelong, or the Brisbane refinery to deal with it. You're right; those orange ones are. Yeah, okay. So that's what you would be going after. And I guess the other question is like, do SA and NT already do this? Do they get the shale oil and do anything with it in those respective places or not? Anyway, I'll go back to the results. That was the last election. Let's see if anything new's come in. Nope. You can get diesel from coal, okay, but not from natural gas.
Iran has nothing to do with a state by-election. It's just that because of the oil crisis, effectively, David Chrysopoulos tried to make a big issue out of exploring this potential new shale oil site. That's why we're talking about it.
It has created very much fear in the idea of whether or not Australia can get its fuel reserves when it needs them because of bad Iran blocking the strait. Singapore and Shell makes good money on our fuel. What do you think, Max? Are we paying more on a beer than we are on gas?
Yeah, I guess it costs more to set up a gas extraction than it does a brewery, though. Slightly higher investment costs.
Okay. Kevin Bonham is trying to like make something out of these phone results, but you know.
Yeah, he's like it is. He was saying that the skew last time was to the left, and this time it's a little bit more to the, well, I guess it's kind of, it looks to me like about a 50-50 result. 41% LNP, 30% Labor, 17 Green.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Do we want to talk about any of the other candidates in the race? Like you, before the stream started, you mentioned this guy Damien Smart. He's basically like a Jared Rennick guy, but they're not registered in the Queensland state yet as a party.
I'm guessing that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy Liam Parry is a socialist. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Yeah, but none of them are getting anything basically. So it just looks like it's the three main parties, and that's it.
Would it be possible for Ben Carroll to run in Queensland? Parachute him in to replace Miles.
This guy.
Not a fan of that 25% export tax. Well, I don't know what I think. I think Labor, if they're going to do something with gas, they'd probably just probably cut the cage off the PRRT. I think that would probably be what they do. I don't think they would do a 25% export tax. I mean, they're already doing a domestic 20% domestic reserve. So I think that would be sort of a bit it'd be a bit redundant and it would be very painful. I think just changing the PRRT is what they'll eventually get around to, maybe in like a year or so, or we'll see. You need oil for so much more than cars. Yeah, I mean I like the idea of EVs, but I don't like it that we have to all buy them from China or like Elon Musk. I mean there is Japanese EVs, but you don't hear about them that much.
So it's a brand. Oh, looks like we've got a real booth.
Oh, we do finally.
Is it?
Oh, we'll see it on the.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, there's in-day telephone voting. Are you kidding me? So we've had early voting telephone votes, and now we've got in-day telephone votes.
I see. Okay, and this is like 59 votes too. Yeah.
Yeah, although Labor have done much better on them.
you can do lots of things, but it's not really profitable. Also, I think it's gone under that radar that Australia not gets like 15% of fuel from Argentina and 20% from the US, so we're not reliant on Asia. Um, what do you mean by
But aren't we?
not really
But aren't we
profitable?
reliant? Isn't it because like Asia refines a lot of our fuel? Like, do we get
Yeah.
refined fuel from South America? Is that a thing? I thought we were super reliant on the crude from the Middle East that then gets refined in Asia. That was my understanding.
If the LP lose the seat or the seat is not decided tonight, then Miles needs to step down ASAP. Well, definitely if they lose the seat. If they lose the seat, it's definitely over for him. Um, the global oil reserves have up to September before it gets urgent. Yeah. Well, fuel prices come down a little bit, so I would have assumed that the situation is sort of resolving itself, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
Well,
Um.
petrol should be like 25 cents higher or whatever, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
if
Well, that's
yeah,
true. That's true. But I've seen some. There's like a place near me that's like $1.65. So even with that, it would still be under $2. So I thought the
that's not too
situation
bad. Yeah,
was yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, joined late. Can I get a quick rundown of what's happened? Nothing's happened. We've just got some early like mobile voting, telephone voting, and it doesn't really tell us much. We can sort of extrapolate that. I don't know what you can really extrapolate to this.
Well, we
So
don't. Yeah, because the samples are going to be unrepresentative, so we can't
yeah.
tell. We can't make a fair comparison. So it's hard to say anything other than any candidate that's not LNP, Labor, or Greens are probably not going to get anything.
Oh, I should. I'm gonna ask a fun poll in the chat.
Nice. Um, as far as who would take over the leadership, oh, that's a good poll. Chat, any ideas for who would take over the leadership of Labor? I feel like the people want Cameron Dick, but the factional mess of Labor in Queensland is such that it would have to be Fentiman.
Is he Labor right or left, Cameron Dick?
He is Labor right, and I'm pretty sure
Um,
the caucus is controlled by the left.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
You might say he's like Queensland's Ben Carroll.
Is that refined oil, Tim Tam, when you say they reach double digits percent? Shannon Fentiman. Is she's left, is she, Shannon Fentiman?
She is left.
I see. Okay. And Stephen Miles, I assume, is left too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you want to know the fuel price in 5 days, check the terminal gate price. What's the terminal gate price? Is that like when the fuel's coming in the country? Is that what you mean? Is that what that is?
Wouldn't that be like the wholesale price? I'm not sure.
Omega Hannibal seems to know a lot about energy
Yeah.
stuff, fossil fuels specifically. Fentiman is woke. I don't know. I don't think wokeness does very well in Queensland.
Well, because if the ALP want to form government in 2028, it's going to pretty much have to be through certain regional seats. Like they have to win back a couple of Cairns seats. They'll have to win back like Rockhampton, Maryborough, and then I don't know. Like since the state redistribution, it's got even harder. Well, the proposed redistribution anyway.
With all the swings towards LNP in the by-elections, would it be well assumed in future predictions from either yourself and or Anglo that another Newman-like majority could be made? I just don't think that Labor is this unpopular or the coalition can be that popular, especially with the rise of One Nation.
Don't think so. It would take some sort of like WA 2021 situation where like even the Rustodons come across.
Especially while Labor is in opposition. I don't know how like unless as you said there's some kind of like major thing that happens, then I don't think that I don't see like the coalition really expanding their majority like a ton.
The LNP, you mean? Yeah, I think because what are they on, about 54? I reckon they could get to about 60 seats if they play their cards right, especially if Labor don't change leader. I'm pretty bullish on the LNP though.
So this Fentiman lady, she's not very likable, is she? Or she's woke. Do you agree with that, Mr. Max?
I don't know much about her, to be honest. I just know that she would be like next in line from the left,
Okay.
from what I understand.
Just add a truck price to the terminal price and you can work out the servo profit. Okay. Well, I actually was out of the country for a while and I was not driving a car, so I wasn't really worried about fuel. And now that it's back, it seems like reasonably priced. Like when I left, it was like $1.40. It was definitely better, but that was before the Iran War. There's a couple of seats, Bundaberg, the seat in the Gold Coast, that was close.
Oh yeah, Bundaberg and wait, Bundaberg. I thought Labour still held that one. Gold Coast, Gavin. Yeah, is Amigo talking about seats that the LNP could pick up, or
Probably.
or
Yeah.
are you talking about Labour pickups?
Let me go to the pendulum. Might as well while we wait for the results.
But the pendulum's going to change because the state redistribution.
Yeah, you're right.
Things up.
So yeah, there's no real point really.
Seats the LNP could win. He says, yeah. There's a few throughout Brisbane as well. There's a super marginal one. Is it Pine Rivers? Somewhere up, like in northwest Brisbane. Gavin and Logan. I feel like the LNP one day is going to win Gladstone as well. Crazy as that sounds.
Is this? I'll post it. Okay. So as Max said, there's going to be redistributions. This doesn't really matter, but Aspley, that's in Brisbane. Gavin, as you said, Pine Rivers. What is that? I think that's like the Sunshine Coast or something.
Pine Rivers is, I think it overlaps a bit with Peter Dutton's old seat.
Is this like sort of Ryan area? I don't know.
Aspley. I think Aspley's one seat across
Pine
from
Rivers.
I don't think so.
Bundaberg. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Bundaberg is one of them. Yeah. So interesting that they kept that one, and that's like a sort of. So I guess Bundaberg is sort of like a little bit Gladstone, where it's a little bit sort of fancy, trendy.
Gladstone's trendy, really?
Oh wait, no, is Gladstone more sort of working class? I don't know. I've only been there once when I was like
Gladstone's like a full industrial town, I thought.
I see. Okay. I thought like it was like a retirement, like not a retirement, but like a trendy, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that much about Queensland places, so I apologize.
I think it is very, very blue collar.
Okay, so it's blue. So it votes Labor because it's blue collar, not because it's like woke. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Out of north of Greater Brisbane.
And cool. Bundaberg, does that vote Labor because it's woke or because it's blue collar?
It's like I think it's sort of an old country town that's becoming a bit sea changer-ish.
Okay, yeah.
From what I understand.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Massive Someone's asking about why the Greens are being given a chance of winning the seat by poll bludger. It's just because the figures are super early and like
he has to give a chance. He has to give a chance.
Yeah, it's just his model working away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like once we get like one booth, probably they're going to shrink to like nothing, I'd say.
It's definitely an exaggeration. The Greens don't have a real chance, don't worry.
Could be a strong One Nation area, Bundaberg. What do you think about that, Max?
Bundaberg? Yeah, because the population's a little bit older, I think.
Right.
And it's definitely whiter and probably a little bit more working class. Yeah.
When's the next actual Queensland state? The next one is it 2028? Oh, it's 2028.
It'll be 28. Yeah. So it'll be after the next Fed.
Oh, really? It's after the next Fed. Oh, so it's is it late 2028?
Is it supposed to be One Nation Heartland? Well, the old One Nation Heartland was the Ipswich, like Lockyer Valley, Scenic Rim area, wasn't it?
We're talking. I don't know why there'd be any issues with the sound. Yeah. So might be your end, Mr. Paul knows it.
News outlets have previously tipped off Megan Scanlon. Yeah, well, she's been written off the map, so she might need a new seat if she was to become leader. That's the only problem.
So, next state election will be after next Fed. So for One Nation, it really just depends if they haven't imploded by then. It's like a long way away in the world of politics. Yeah. What is this, 2.5 years? Yeah, that's a long time. So, Brisbane City Council just before the next Fed. Oh, well, do you think One Nation are going to participate in that? And could they do well in that? I don't know.
Does that even, like, I know it's partisan, but does it kind of move with the wider state on the whole? Because it feels like Brisbane votes a lot further right at the local level than they do at the state level or the federal level.
Where's the? I thought maybe we would have the council elections on this. Um, on this tally, but I guess we don't.
The crazy thing, if the Roy Morgan poll is real, the federal map, yeah, PDF. I love how Roy Morgan are just pumping out these text polls. One thing that gets me about those though is that they seem to get this really motivated right wing sample, but they like the Greens don't do particularly well, so they don't seem to be getting this really motivated left wing sample at the same time, which I find curious.
Pauline Hanson lives in the state seat of Scenic Rim, which is a safe LNP seat. Yeah, she lives in what was it called again? So that's like a really weird name. Place that she lives. She lives like down here somewhere. Bow Desert. Yeah.
Brisbane is a weird place. The mayoral election is the single largest election in the nation. Yeah, and I think Brisbane City Council is like it's like the biggest local council, right? It's got like a massive budget. Do we have any figures? Yes, we do, but they're potentially non-representative figures from telephone and mobile polling. So very hard to make comparisons from the last election.
We'll probably get a news poll tomorrow night, I would assume, federally.
Yeah, because they should have done it last Sunday, but they were probably waiting for the budget.
Right. So what I will do is I'll just quickly look at Scenic Room because I'm kind of curious while we wait. So guys, we're just waiting for more results, so that's why I'm sort of fiddling around. So,
Roy Morgan polling seems to be slop. I feel like their week to week normal polls are fine. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with them. But the random SMS ones, particularly the state ones, they are good for headlines, and that's about it.
What if they didn't make the fatal mistake when emphasizing migration identity, which is more of an Owen issue, provide some of the counteract Owen, but didn't make the main issue? Okay. So I want to briefly talk about this. Actually, so I assume Max that you've watched the budget reply, or you've
I've seen some reporting, yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one actually watches these things anymore, right? You just wait for the reporting on it.
So
and then you get told your opinion.
I mean that immigration policy, well, there's the immigration policy of cutting immigration, but that was sort of just like we don't even have a number for that really. But he wants to link that to housing, yeah, whatever. But then there's also the policy of stripping benefits from permanent residents, right?
Yeah.
Grandfathered though. Yeah, I could see how that is like a sort of a good populist thing to go off because I don't know if Pauline Hanson, I don't know if One Nation is really
Real Booth.
About that.
Real Booth.
Oh, we do?
Yep.
Stafford West.
It's a pretty big swing against Labor.
What are the percentages? Because I only have
minus 8.5 for Labor, plus 1.8 for LNP. So that's not a great sign, really, because you would think the on the day vote should really favour them, and also it's probably low turnout. So I would have thought Labor really needed to do the heavy lifting on the day today.
So Poll Bludger has the projected 2CP still on Labor 51.49, and they still have the Greens on a 20% chance of winning. So I guess it hasn't flipped the dial too much in one direction. So what I was saying about Angus Taylor was like that policy. Obviously, it's big sort of populist policy, but I think possibly some of the sort of recent citizens or people who, they might have somebody who might become a permanent resident sometime in the future. Those kind of people would be sort of very wary about voting for the coalition under that policy. And I don't know how many of those kind of voters there are who are really who have somebody who they think in the future might become a permanent resident, but I'd say there's enough to make it difficult for the coalition to pick up some multicultural seats like Bennelong or Chisholm or something like that.
Yeah, it's a risk. I would
Mm.
agree with that.
A completely laughable Shriner has made making a mess since he doesn't have effective opposition. What is he? What's that about? Is that something to do with the local elections or something?
I don't know. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
they're talking about buses. Where's Tasmanian? She needs to be in here.
Are you a bus fan, Max? Do you like buses?
No,
Are you a train
no,
fan?
a massive train fan. Although
Yeah.
not when trains are free in Victoria.
Oh.
That's no way.
Yeah. I mean it like anytime I hear about a busway, I just feel like they just want to save money basically.
There's another
Um.
booth in from Chermside, by the way. Oh, it's a huge swing against Labor and a big swing to the LNP.
Oh,
This,
Chermside South, right?
yeah, this isn't looking good.
Oh. Oh, so LP got 712 votes last time, and they got 275 now. And LNP got 305 this time, and they got 375 now. So obviously there's less sort of votes overall there, but the Labour Party is definitely. Oh, I was looking at my bad. I was looking at two party preferred. I apologize. Um, let me have a look at this again.
The booth is there's way
It's
less
still
votes
way
at
down.
that booth.
Yeah. There's less votes than there was at the actual election. Oh, and the projected two CP is now 53-47. Crap.
Yeah.
Oh no, Miles, Stephen. This can't continue. That's a very bad result.
It's bad. Yeah, Brisbane's
Yeah.
in the north just want that oil, man.
Which one of you just farted? That's my chair. I need to spray some WD-40. This is actually a new chair. Like I used to have a chair that squeaked all the time, and I threw it out. But this is a new one. But this one also squeaks. So, I need to get WD-40 on this, unfortunately. So, um, I'm trying not to make the sound because I don't want to annoy people too much. But sometimes it happens. So, Barbara O'Shea as opposition starts today. What are they talking about? Who's Barbara
Barbara-
O'Shea?
She was the Labor MP that won Brisbane South off the Greens, I'm pretty sure. So you know how the Greens lost the seat?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, mate. Yeah. It's
Um,
still early. Oh, man. It's still early. Yeah, but the swings are big.
That is a big swing. I agree. Guys, there's like 30 people asleep in the chat. Vote for the poll. Whoever has a vote in the poll, wake up and vote on the poll because I want to close it. We've got 66 votes. All right, I'm closing it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we want a Queensland upper house. I think if they did a Queensland upper house, well, actually, I think I mentioned this to you one time, and you think it would just be Southeast Queensland and then not Southeast Queensland if they were going to split it into like two districts.
Oh, surely they wouldn't do that, though. Like, it's just so messy. And Queensland has had that long history with all those problems of malapportionment. Just go statewide.
All right. Well, sometimes it is just easier just to go statewide. Looking at Victoria, bro, don't even start with 6-7. So I know I wanted to get up to 6-7, but we, yeah. Busway is better than nothing, but once you reach capacity, you start to regret not making the busway a corridors. Heavy roll. There's this guy from the Science Party or the Fusion Party, right? That's what it's called now. And by the way, anyone who's just joined, we've got some early results, and it's not looking good for Stephen Miles. They're behind 53-47.
It's actually looking quite bad. Yeah.
We've only got two proper boos in yet though, so we're waiting for more results. What was I saying?
I suppose. I don't know.
Oh yeah. This guy from Fusion Party, and he was saying he really likes. He's from Brisbane, I think, and he said he really likes buses. But I think there must be a catch, right? Like buses are too convenient that they can just like drive on the road, and like even if they're electric buses, they must use a lot more energy than a tram or a train or something.
Oh, it looks like there's another booth in. This time, Kedron West. Oh, LNP is killing it. That's crazy. I mean, that's a slightly
Mm.
more LNP friendly booth, but again, they're up on 5.5% primary, ALP down 8%. The Greens are down on most of these booths too, by the way.
I forgot that I could look at the map, but I can't actually see where these booths are on the map.
Um, yeah, the maps doesn't seem to be showing them or displaying them properly, does it?
No, but I can find them if I like search enough.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Kentra West be like here, wouldn't it? Okay, right. So yeah,
Oh,
minus 8% Labor, minus 3% Green, up 5.5% Coalition. Yeah, that's and then was it Chermside West that
yeah.
was it Chermside? Where was it? Sorry, everyone. Or Stafford West. That's right. And that's where Labor's down 8.5 here. Oh, Coalition only up 1.8, but then we got like some other like right wing conservative parties. LC is
Yeah,
that legalized cannabis?
um,
I think.
yeah, they're on 3.4% currently.
Mm.
Let me see. The Liam Parry's getting a little bit as well. So the Greens are losing. Let me see. What the Greens are losing is basically
Mm.
going to the Socialists.
Yeah, but we also got Animal Justice. I don't think they were in last time, were they? Oh,
No,
no.
no, I don't think they were.
So the
So,
Greens is leaking a
but,
little bit to
but they're
everyone.
sort of. I would say that's kind of treading water. Like if they end up on 15%, they probably had a decent night.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. No, I mean, it's not catastrophic, definitely. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Is the merge LNP better or worse than the existing coalition liberal only governments? Um,
I think for the coalition to maintain their like dominance of the centre right, they basically have to merge
what
federally.
you mean federally as well?
I think
Oh,
so. They
big
can't. They
ball.
can't keep. They can't keep having these split
Spats.
ups.
Yeah.
They can't have the like this constant sort of to and fro between the two parties. They have to be one unit.
Okay, I agree that legalized cannabis is not necessarily left. It is a bit of a protest party, but um, I would say that it's they're sort of like most adjacent to the Greens. You know, it's
On
like
policy, yeah, I
it,
feel like their voters aren't necessarily Green diaspora though,
diaspora. I would
like
say
formerly Greens.
I would say probably so the 3.4%. I'd say maybe 1% of this would preference the Greens second, at least.
Hmm.
I mean, there's less and less differentiation between Nats and Libs anyway, since the national right has been dominant for some time. Um, they have had a few federal spats in the last couple of years. They were pretty good. They were pretty symbiosis during when they were in government. They didn't sort of like obviously people were complaining about Barnaby Joyce and they're complaining about Michael McCormack, but in terms of policy, they seemed to sort of get on reasonably well for a while. But since they've been in opposition, they've been fighting all the time. Okay, we don't have any more results, but yes, not looking very good for Stephen Miles and Labor. The projected 2CP is 53.47 to the coalition, and this is not in any way a coalition seat. At last election, there was already a 6.6% swing against Labor, and don't forget they're in government, and for government to win a by-election, that's pretty big. So
How long? Although it's becoming a thing now, it's just
it
what governments
is,
do.
yeah.
I think in Queensland it hasn't happened since the 50s or 60s. It's been a long time. In terms of like a classic contest, um, whereas Hinchinbrook was a bit different.
Yeah, so what I was
You,
saying earlier,
go on.
I'm gonna make it really brief about Angus Taylor. Like, I'm not sure about this permanent residence welfare policy, but I think that really what um would have been strong as a budget reply is maybe keep that stuff on hold. I mean, the immigration cuts, you got to do something about that, right? But that PR stuff, maybe keep that on hold. And for now, just focus squarely on the tax changes because obviously that's the thing that their base is going to be most pissed off about, and that's the thing that could attract a lot of people.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to do is because I think I mentioned this in our group chat.
Mhm.
I just think back to 1998 when One Nation got squeezed out of relevance by the
Okay.
GST debate. They didn't have anything to offer. So I think for Angus Taylor, he's trying to get the conversation back to the economy,
Yeah.
make the election a choice between the tax changes and going back to the old
Well,
system.
that's what it should be. Yeah, but then he's introducing all these distractions like the PR
But that's
thing and
but that's so that those people, One Nation voters, will feel comfortable.
right. I
That's
don't
how I see
know.
it.
I don't know. I think he could have left that on ice for now and then and focused on the tax stuff and the tax bracket, the indexing the tax bracket. That's a good policy. Absolutely, that's a good liberal policy. But the
Well, it's funny because remember how Peter Dutton just randomly mentioned it off the cuff like a week out?
yeah, yeah.
Courier Mail hating on Miles. Yeah, it was funny the way their exit polls were reported. This every time they come out with an exit poll, the headline is always like something completely different from what the numbers actually show.
I will continue using the word woke because it's very helpful. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and people who pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about when I say woke, you guys are living like you guys are putting your hands in your ears because everyone knows what I mean when I say woke. All right, like it's just it points to something which is hard to define otherwise if I use some other word. Um,
Rubixia 4077. That's basically what I think. I feel like the LNP actually underperformed in the last election, and now this is kind of this is exaggerated, but like their true popularity is kind of starting to shine through. They they could have honestly, without the abortion stuff and all that, they could have won that election like 58-42.
so it looks like he's fixed the map now.
So,
Well, Stephen Miles, while he was in government, he definitely did make some sort of ballsy kind of choices while in government, like the increasing um the what's it called royalties, and then also the 50 cent thing. Um,
hmm.
couldn't you just use the word progressive? No, because woke, it's not just it's different to progressive. It's going after a certain kind of thing. I don't know if you would call it culture war issues or identity politics issues, but people instinctively know what I'm talking about when I say woke. It isn't the same thing as progressive. Miles is popular with the ALP base, but with the general public, he's quite unpopular. Yeah, I don't think he's got very good manner too. Very good sort of his smile is very awkward for a start.
I remember my dad, who I don't know how to describe him politically, but probably a little bit more Labour than Liberal these days, described him as like he was like, oh, why have they got this kindergarten teacher to do the job? Like, yeah, he he doesn't present well. He was the health minister in COVID too, right? Is that right?
That sounds about right. Yeah, that was when Anastasia Palaszczuk was premier.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he was the one that was constantly there, like making the updates.
yeah.
Yeah, Mamdani is not popular with Dems. Also, lol. What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure Mamdani is popular with a lot of Dems. I mean, obviously the progressive Dems. Why did Mamdani win then? Yeah. Miles could have been a good premier if he had a chance, but Murdoch overlord said no. Wasn't he premier though for a while? Wasn't he premier for like a year or something?
Yeah, but that's it. He basically got handed a government that was quickly running out of runway. He did well. Like he pulled it back really well, but it's all been downhill since the election, basically.
I'll be right back, guys. Just mind your thoughts. I'll be right.
Cool. You guys talking about the word woke politically. Yeah, Hayden 2447. That's how I remember it in like 2015 or something. Like social progressives would use the word woke to describe themselves, and then I don't know, somewhere in Trump's first term maybe it became like an insult from the right. We've got another. Oh, cool. We've got another booth in. Can't find out which one it is.
I am
It's
back.
another Chermside one. This one's not as friendly to the
Chermside
LNP.
West.
Oh, actually, it is. The swings are huge.
Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oof. Minus 13%.
What is happening?
Could be reaction to the budget as well.
It just doesn't make sense. Like I don't know. I just feel like people don't vote that way. Like they know what they're voting for.
I think yeah, I think maybe sort of the idea of drill baby drill is very popular at the moment. That self-sufficiency, sort of nationalism. I don't know, bit of protectionism. Yeah, it looks like Stephen Miles is in deep shit. So I'll see what William Bowe's saying. Less bad for Labour chip itself. Yeah. And I'll see what Kevin Bottom's saying too.
Yeah, he's saying basically what we're saying. Good night for the government.
Yep.
7 moves in and 12% counted essentially. Either is it possible, like they were talking about turnout being 80%, whereas turnout was about 90% on election day last time? I'm wondering if it's actually going to end up being more like 75% or even lower.
How many people do you think pay their fines who get fined for not voting?
What is the fine? It's like $25, isn't it?
Probably. I think it should be $100. What do you think about that, Max?
Obviously, I.
Well, if you're gonna have if you're gonna have compulsory voting, you might as well make it like properly compulsory and not just be like this tiny little flick on the wrist, right?
I guess, but there's such a strong culture that people realize that you have to vote. But then, like, you don't even have to vote. You just have to get your name ticked off at the roll.
Is it just me, or are by-elections happening more often than before, or are we just feeling that because we're doing streams every week for them?
When we're on the 3rd stream in a row,
yeah,
like in the same month, maybe it does feel like that.
When I like jokingly asked if we should do this stream like last weekend, like Max is just like, no, and then like, yeah, when we got on
and then I did my video, and I'm like, actually keen to stream this.
Oh. Don't really see how either of them are improvements. Yeah, I mean, I don't know either. How many millions of votes does Reform AU have? Well, the closest Max said was this guy, Damien Smart, and he's got
not even close.
1.7%. Yeah.
He is outpolling the Libertarians, though. I think they're going to come last.
They're going to come, yeah. Oh, like I actually no, I'm not going to say I will. Okay, I will say I have a friend who's in the Libertarian Party, and she had a meeting with the Libertarian Party in South Australia right now, and I won't say much, but they obviously weren't very happy with the budget. That branch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think LNP in Queensland will have to put a damper on One Nation by the next state election?
They are holding up remarkably well against One Nation in their like natural turf. One Nations, that is. They're having the least impact on the LNP's vote.
Solly D, so I think you just enjoy our company every weekend. I think that's why you want to by-election it once a week.
You'd love the UK.
Oh yeah, that's like a whole culture there. Just have a by-election like once.
Well, because they run council by-elections pretty much every single week.
Oh, I see.
Because they don't have countbacks or anything. Imagine if we had that. Every tiny little council, and you know, some guy on 25k a year resigns, and we stream a council election.
I view Mamdani as grassroots Democrats aka woke guys response to Trump extreme policies, one term of term. Brought AOC this term, Mamdani. There are also well, I don't think AOC is going to win the presidency or the nomination for that matter. So,
what's the chance of Bob Carter retiring next election?
Pretty high.
Pretty high, and if he doesn't, Kennedy's going to be like a really fascinating seat.
It's also going to be redistributed as well. Don't forget.
Yeah, true. Although, like, it's going to redistribute into like similar kind of areas, right? I mean, he's popular across the whole place, right?
Well, what if it goes up or the entire of Cape York?
Well, he's yeah, okay. That would make it different.
I really want another Victorian state poll. Didn't wasn't there one just the other day where One Nation were ahead by like a point?
Was that yeah? But that's Roy Morgan. No one cares.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping for. I don't know. I feel like we should have some more soon. Demos AU, they drew a poll. Redbridge, hopefully they've been in the field. News poll will probably drop one soon, and we should get another freshwater soon. So there should be like a glut of Victorian polls to come pretty soon.
A
That would make yeah.
Senate by-election in Tasmania. How does that work?
Senate by-election.
How does that work?
Oh, is it because of Tammy Till?
Mm.
One more booth in. It looks like the other Chermside one.
Chermside East, yeah.
East, yep. And again, it's just the swing to the LNP is not as strong, but it's still double digits against Labor.
Parry, he's the socialist guy. He's on 6.5% on this booth.
Yeah, okay, cool. But the Greens haven't had a swing against. So that one might not move that much on two-party then.
I'm actually surprised at how well the socialists doing without the name. 3.7%. It's not bad. I mean, legalized cannabis is beating him, but I expect that. Legalized cannabis is just the protest party, so. And
the Aboriginal
could get the deposit
vote,
back.
Oh, yeah. The Aboriginal vote up Cape York would probably bad for both Katter and One Nation. But I mean, who would make the final two if the seat was like existing Kennedy plus Cape York? Like the preferences would eventually have to go somewhere.
Next Dem candidate should be a bridge between the future emerging Nicole suburban mum corporate lawyer Dem base and the past one, including unions, minorities, etc. Oh, don't even get me started on American politics.
Yeah, no.
Katter and One Nation should join forces. Well, I mean, at this point, do they really have that much difference? Like, I know that Katter's meant to be like agrarian socialist, but I feel like a lot of that is a meme. Like, most of their politics is just sort of boomer politics.
I think no one's really been talking about it, but I think Katter's basically just going to get swallowed up by One Nation anyway.
Yeah.
We still haven't got. I'd love to see a 2 PP on one of these booths. Do we all agree that Tasmania's election system is dumb? I don't know. It's kind of fun to have an election once a year.
I think if Tasmanians was in the call, she'd probably lynch you right now. Luke Underwood, 163. And the projected 2CP has come in a bit. It's now 52.48. So, but I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna fix things much for Labor.
No.
Their economic policies are different. What? Who are? Oh, yeah, they are. But I mean, it's all kind of a bit vibey, you know. Like, Katter claims to be an agrarian socialist, but like,
I can't imagine Gina Reinhardt wanting to back Katter.
what? Because he's too much of a loose cannon?
No. I think the policies are actually sufficiently left wing.
Okay.
That they wouldn't want to touch it.
Do you think that policy of One Nation taking equity of like the gas companies, whatever? Do you think that's a left wing policy? Like, what is that?
But it's kind of a nationalist policy, though, isn't it? I don't know.
Would the gas companies like that or not? Because obviously all the shareholders would get paid because not the shareholders, sorry, will get paid. Their stock will go up. That's what I meant. Like if the government takes like an equity share.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't actually got ABC up. I'll have a look.
ABC predicted Labor slightly ahead. That's weird. I trust William Bowe more than ABC. So at this point, when Anthony Green is not at the helm, sorry, I go with the poll ledger. No offense, Casey Briggs. Is there even a? Oh, here we do. Oh, hang on. I'm just gonna see if the ABC actually has any coverage. No, it doesn't look like it. So.
Imagine a full panel ABC for these.
Oh, well, was wrong slide. Qatar wants utilities to be nationalized and protectionism, supposedly, but like when you hear it from Qatar, you don't hear him talking about that stuff. It's always some like culture war crap that you hear him going on about. TPP is 1,300 votes each. Well, it's not appearing here, but I will just wait. I'll just wait for this to be updated.
I'll see if it's on the QEC site.
Same with Clive Palmer. You could be rich and not be full of lard at the same time. Oh, you could not be full of lard. Yeah, yeah. Bob was just the descendant of old pre-Whitlam Labour. But he was in the National Party. Or Nationals, I should say. Like, at the beginning.
Oh, so on QEC, they do actually have Labour slightly ahead.
Okay. But
and it must include. I'm trying to see which booths that actually includes.
Oh, I see. 51 votes. Oh wait, no. This is percentage. Okay.
Oh, so it's Chermside South, Kedron, and Stafford West, and all the telephone ones.
But somebody said in the chat that Anthony Green says the coalition are going to win, or LNP, I should say.
Well, I'm assuming that maybe because if Labor's only just scraping ahead on the day votes, maybe they're expecting that postals and pre-polls will come in stronger for the coalition.
By the way, can we appreciate Wilston and Grange booths being a block away? It feels like something you get in like South Hobart. What are you talking about, Tasmanians? Do you know what he's talking about, Max?
Presumably there's a couple of booths that are, yeah. If you look down at the south of the map, there's a couple of booths that are really close together.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Days Road is a big cultural divide.
You mean like these two? Like down in what are these? Grange. Oh yeah. Grange and Wilston. Yeah. Campbell Newman was really unpopular because he went heavy on austerity. Yeah, he was like the Gough Whitlam, but from the right wing, essentially.
So Chermside South, have a look at that booth. So it's basically Labor 32, LNP 35, and it's broken about 54-46 to Labor. Whereas then you go Kedron West, which has gone 31 to 45, and that's gone about 48, 52 to the LNP. So it does look like Labor's doing pretty well on preferences. And maybe the decision, I wonder if Labor just lose this, they're going to be pissed at the Greens.
Well, actually, yeah, the Liberal Nationals are on about 38%. I wouldn't have expected that would be enough for them to win if they're on 38%. But maybe because of the right wing candidates, but there isn't that many actually. There's more left wing candidates.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the LNP they have to get above 40% to win.
Yeah.
Or Labor probably have to drop. They have to be under 31, I think.
Thoughts on Mr. M History chat? What's the chat? I don't know about the chat.
I think he's asking chat for their thoughts on Mr. M History.
Anthony Green seems to be flip-flopping about who he thinks is going to win. Let me see. I'll try and find his blog. Hang on.
It is going to be close. Look at it.
Okay, so He's now saying that Labour is ahead, or is that not a projection? That's just I don't know. That's the prediction. He thinks
When
Labour's
was
going to win
when
badly.
was the last time the government had a by-election win against opposition in Queensland? I want to say I read that it was like in the 50s or 60s, but happy to be fact checked.
So the Socialist is 80% going to Labour, legalised cannabis about 65%, Greens about 85%, and animal justice. That's weird. More animal justice to LNP than to Labour. Wouldn't have expected that. Hmm. Okay, well, I guess it's looking closer than the poll ledger is sort of like presenting it to be. Maybe. The Farah by-election switching screen. Rip. Oh yeah, it's still got the Farah. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I haven't changed that.
Couple more moves in. Grange came in.
Okay, let me
That's
take a look. Oh, this isn't as bad. The Greens are down on this one though.
yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like there's another one. Was Stafford West in before?
I think so. What's that?
So we've got what, one, two, three, four more debuts to come in, and then the two big pre-polls.
Well, it looks like still a lot of Greens preferences are going to Labour, so maybe it didn't matter that the Greens didn't direct preferences.
Yeah, most people didn't seem to think it would.
Yeah, Anthony Green. Is this his blog? Must be his blog, right? Oh, now okay, I've refreshed it. Now he's predicting coalition a pretty relatively safe win. So things must be changing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a pretty similar on Anthony Green's blog to what the ABC are projecting.
Yeah, I feel like the but oh, with pre-poll though, like it has to be, the swings kind of have to be repeated, right? Like I feel like the LNP would have to get like 46% on one of the pre-polls.
The TPP has come in a bit on Paul Bludger as well. I'm going to mute my mic for a second because I'm going to cough and I don't want to cough into the mic. I'll be back. I'll be back in a second.
Go. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. That one.
Yeah, people seem to be a bit more in sync. I'll see what Kevin Bottom's saying.
He's still giving. Still 5% chance for the Greens here, according to poll budget. I guess because like we've legalized cannabis with Parry and all that, it's like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Is pre-poll going to be better than Labor than on the day? I guess it kind of has to be now.
Someone was saying, casual Swift enjoyer, that they think Christopher Lee has kept his promises, and that's one appeal of the Christopher Lee government. I would say at least partially this is to do with, some of it is to do with the budget. It can't be not. It can't, like, the budget can't be not taken into consideration here. Like it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but what's it got to do with?
It's the brand.
Stephen
It's the Labour brand.
Yeah, but I'm not even sure that. It, like, I don't know. Like, is the budget really going to move the needle? Oh,
A little bit.
More boos. Somerset Hills. looks like, ooh, pretty bad for Labour's, minus 16%.
Oh dear.
Not great. I think we've had Kedron West, but had Kedron come in?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, Labour down 11, LNP plus 4.5.
So Labour have won Stafford West. They've won Chermside West. What was the one that was like minus 16%?
Kedron.
Yeah, it's gonna be this one. I've got minus 11% here.
Oh, sorry. Somerset Hills, minus 15.9.
Somerset Hills. I'm sorry, where is Somerset Hills on the map?
Let's look together. I'm guessing somewhere up near Stafford Heights, maybe. Yeah, it's just to the right of where it says Stafford Heights on the map.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Interesting. That is the epicenter of all of Labour's woes in this by-election.
Not Kedron, Kedron. All right. Okay.
Kedron sounds like a planet in outer space.
Kedron. I don't know. It sounds like an American basketball or something.
You assume that the average voter cares enough to differentiate between state and federal politics anywhere besides Tassie. Well, that's the thing.
There's so much evidence that voters.
They do, but like.
Do, yeah.
They do, but like not like 100%. Like maybe like 85%. Albo never been this unpopular. Well, we really don't have the data about that. Like we saw some polls which suggested that the big budget measures weren't completely hated. But I would say Queensland is the kind of place they would hate it, right? Like Queensland's always like blah 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 aspiration, blah blah blah, So but I'm just being stereotypical here, so I don't know.
Let me see. On these figures, LNP cannot win. Yeah, but the thing is, if these swings play out, continue to play out with the pre-polls, then the LNP will get into a position where they can win.
Yeah, we got to wait for the pre-polls, and on the pre-polls, probably their primary vote will go ahead of 40%, right? Is that what you're thinking?
It will if the trend continues, basically. Like if Labour are losing 10% and the LNP are gaining 4 or 5%, then yes. But it does look like a lot of Labour's vote is going to other left-wing candidates.
LNP federally is fucked in Queensland. LNP is very strong state-wise.
I have to agree.
James McGrath will be vindicated.
Pre-polls will have to give LNP at least 8%. Well...
No. They don't need 45%. They need, 43% to win.
So, just to give you this guy an idea, last election, the LNP averaged 33.8% primary vote on all of the polling day booths, and then they averaged 39.6% across all of the early booths, the pre-polls. So that's why we're waiting for the pre-polls.
And I take it there's a lot of pre-polls too, because people always vote early on by-election.
I think about, they said 35% of the enrollment had voted pre-poll by Thursday night. So one more day, maybe it gets up to about 40%.
So did you hear in the budget reply, Max, that Angus Taylor was meant to say $250, but he said $2.50?
I did not hear that, no.
When he was talking about the benefits of indexing the tax brackets, he was like, this will save your family $2.50 a year.
Yes. We've got the Wilston booth in as well. Labour's not down as much, but the Greens are. Liberals on 42%.
Ugh, this is like playing a game of memory. I'm trying to remember where all the there we are. There it is. Yeah, this isn't quite as bad for Labour, I guess.
No, but I guess if Labor are down and the Greens are also down in a booth, it's like, not ideal. 33.
Still have time to make changes for the budget. Well, they're not going to really make. I think like somebody was saying that maybe they would change. They would get rid of the 30% minimum and just replace it with some more money spent on like rent assistance or public housing or something to appeal to Greens or something. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I think the Greens just about wave everything through.
I don't know if the Greens can afford to be obstructive anymore.
Exactly. Especially on issues like these, which they've been like begging for like since Labor scrapped the policies.
Exactly.
Yeah. Vote for coalition for $2.50 a year.
So to give a bit of an update, we're waiting for one more booth to report on primary in Newmarket, and then we're going to be watching for some two-party preferred figures from all the day booths. And by the time we have all that and have digested it, we might get some pre-polls, which are ultimately going to decide what happens.
Well, these are pre-polls, right? The pre-poll voting centers subtotal.
That's telephone pre-polls.
Oh, never mind.
What's ABC saying?
I don't know. I'm not on ABC. I'm only on Anthony Green.
They're saying 8% swing to LNP.
Yep, that's what Anthony Green's saying too. Must feel good to be One Nation right now. Well, they didn't have to deal with biting their fingernails waiting for the result. They're just happy about Farah. Don't have to spend their resources on a white collar seat.
So last election, Labor got 71.5% of preferences.
Mm-hmm.
So far, Kevin Bonham's saying they're on 68.3%.
Yeah.
So they need to up that game.
Well, they are getting 85% of Greens preferences, even though Greens didn't preference anyone. So, I guess it doesn't matter. People don't care.
Paul Blanchard's still got the Greens in with a shot.
And animal justice preference is 50-50. We knew the Libs. Is this because of greyhound racing, or is that a thing in Queensland? Or
I got to assume that animal justice voters aren't always all that ideologically inclined. Maybe they really like their pets, or they don't really know who to vote for, and they're like, "Oh, that sounds nice." Like when I've been on the booths, I've seen like some younger people or just whatever come in, and I don't know, they just don't seem very politically motivated, but like they see animal justice and they're like, "Okay, that sounds nice."
Sorry, I'm not talking clearly enough, apparently. So sorry about that. We had Dictator Dan back in 2022. If us lefties coalesce, we can make Dictator David in Queensland. David Crisafulli. Why would we want to make him dictator? Oh, as in like as a sort of propaganda thing. I see. Okay. Yep.
Minns is the best Liberal Labor has ever produced.
I don't know what to tell you. Paul knows that maybe our voices, maybe we just don't have the best articulation. I've got hay fever at the moment, so my nose is blocked. So that's my excuse. Got to be honest, as a greedy, there ain't no chance we winning in Stafford. Paul Bludger has no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Well, it's just his model. Like it's not like he's sat there.
Trust the
giving
model.
It away.
Trust the model. 6% chance.
I just think it's a meme that they've still got like a slight chance at this stage.
Do I need to turn Max up even more? Like we've given more of a gain?
To be fair, I've just moved my mic slightly. It was caught on my jumper.
Okay.
So that might be better.
I'll turn him up a little bit more as well.
The other one.
Somebody, oh yeah, the other day somebody thought I was Heath, or he thought they thought he was me or something in the what's it called budget reply stream we did. Yeah, that's better. Oh, okay, we've got approval here. Mike Baird. Anyone remember Mike Baird? I'm from New South Wales and I don't really remember him.
I was going to say, what brought him down in the end?
Probably some expensive scandal. Like it's always like that. Some corruption, like minor corruption thing. It's always like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he lost an election. I think it was Gladys who lost the election, right?
No.
No.
All three of them,
Perrottet.
like all three of them won. Like they had a different leader, and they won 3 elections, and then couldn't pull it off a 4th time.
I did actually like Perrottet. Like he seemed like he actually like stood for something, and that's probably why he lost the election. Like Perrottet went out on a limb on like gambling, land tax. So was it gambling or was it greyhound racing? I can't remember, but it was definitely gambling. He wanted to introduce some like gambling card or something, and he made himself a lot of enemies doing that.
Oh right, yeah. Didn't Mike Baird resign for personal reasons? Can't remember. I know O'Farrell got brought down by the bottle of Grange.
Yeah.
I don't know the story of Mike Baird.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mike Bird, if I accused you of any wrongdoing. I don't know the history. I apologize.
Okay, new markets come in, and pretty bog standard. Although the LNP are actually slightly down on that.
Yeah, must have been somewhat okay for Labor. Where is Newmarket?
It's easily the LNP's worst booth.
Where's Newmarket? Oh, down here. Oh, Labor's won the primary, right?
Yeah. Doesn't? Oh, there it is.
Any chances on the Teals? Any thoughts on the Teals' chances in Q against Jess Wilson in November? What do you think?
Slim to none, personally. I don't know. Like Jess Wilson, like if she came in as a first-term MP on the back of the guy who got drunk and crashed his car or whatever. So she had to sort of soak up all that in her campaign. And now since then, like she's obviously like distinguished herself as a more moderate liberal, and then not only that, but become the opposition leader, and her approvals are pretty decent. Like she'll carry a much greater personal vote. I don't think Attil's got any business winning that seat.
Okay, so with Albo and gambling, my theory is, I mean, it's not really a controversial theory. It's pretty much what everyone expects. Albo doesn't want to seen as responsible for tanking like the free-to-air TV channels, and they basically rely on gambling revenue. So if he goes like blanket ban on gambling, right, and then Channel 10 shuts down in like a couple of years, then people be like, "Oh, Albo's killing free-to-air television. You know, our whole country is being destroyed." So he's trying to sort of like he's trying to just kind of delay basically having to do something serious about that because he doesn't want to be seen as responsible for killing free-to-air. So
Postals are in.
Oh,
a big batch of them. Similar kind of trend. Labor and Greens both down. Labor not by as much. LNP getting us about 50%. And yeah, look, that's bumped them up to 40% already. That's why we were saying like their vote is going to rise.
But they've come in on the TCP on Paul Blodger, interestingly enough.
Yeah, I guess. Hang on, I'll have a look at.
It's really close. Wow. See what Anthony Green's saying.
Yeah, the LNP won Postals 54-46 last time. On those numbers, surely it's like 57-43, something like that. Oh, There's actually, because the Green vote is only 8.4 on the postals, Labor don't actually have quite the same sort of preference source there.
I think we need a minimum 30% tax on gambling winnings. I think that's what the Greens will use their leverage for to get.
And so then are people going to be able to write off their gambling losses?
No. Can you write off your CGT losses against your income?
Yeah,
Oh, you can.
that's
Okay.
what. Yeah,
That's negative gearing. Has Anthony Green's called it? Has he?
what?
Oh, he has.
That feels really early.
It does, yeah. Especially with the poll
Okay.
pleasure saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'll see what Kevin Bonham's saying too. Well, he's saying Labor heading for defeat at this stage. I don't think he's called it.
Apparently, just the preferences are not flowing enough to Labor.
Well, they would probably want the preference flows to be higher than last election because they're losing on primary.
You can't write off
Okay.
capital losses against your wage account in here.
I've literally done it though.
Max has broken the law. What's the chance Mins will be future PM of Oz? I hope not. Not with that whiny voice that Chris Mins has. It's like if I was Prime Minister. That's what Mins would be like as Prime Minister with that voice.
Yeah. So just to be clear, Anthony Green has not called it. Looking at his actual commentary.
Oh yeah. Oh, why did he have it in like big letters a second ago?
Big letters. So are you saying what I'm saying? 7:40 p.m. Labor heading for defeat at this stage.
No. He had okay. He removed it, but he had it in big letters. LNP gained from the Labor Party. He had that in big
Oh,
letters.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's removed
Okay,
it
I
now.
didn't see that. I didn't see that.
So he's uncalled it, I guess. His blog was wrong. Okay. Tax fraud revealed.
Do we need to see both David Crisafulli and Peter Malinauskas move to federal politics and face off in 2028?
David Christopherly and who's the other one? Sorry.
Peter Malinauskas.
Oh, I think Marley would win.
Hmm.
David Christopherly sort of gets like a sort of a he gets sort of like a thumbs up from Queenslanders, but like I feel like Mulligan actually was this a meme that I heard, or are they actually building a statue of Daniel Andrews?
Yeah, they are.
What? Why would they do
It's
that?
because it's a Kennett era policy that if you serve like 3,000 days as premier or
Oh,
something, or whatever it is, then you get a statue. That's been a thing for ages. Like,
okay. I thought it was literally just they decided to build a statue of Daniel Andrews.
well, I guess now like they're actually going to build it, but we knew like he passed the threshold obviously a few years ago. What about Ben Carroll? Like you would literally need round the clock security um, on that statue.
Where are they building it?
I don't know, where are they all? Like in Treasury Gardens or something? Like they're all in one spot, aren't they? Near Parliament.
ScoMo got his bust in Ballarat. Oh, really? Did he? Like I didn't know they were still doing those. Last time I checked the Wikipedia article, they had like no funding or something.
State Daddy Mark McGowan in there. He's too bent out.
So at the moment, the win probability is very yeah. I mean, Paul Bludger's very not sure, so it looks like it's gonna be a while. This was really close, Dan. You predicted this, Max.
I did think it was going to be close.
Mm.
Although early in the night, like when the first results were coming through, I was thinking it was going to be like 53-47.
So we're just waiting for two candidate preferred counts.
They go alongside the AFL ones and cricket ones at the MCG. You might be right. I literally have no idea.
And Labor is just under 30%, and the LNP are just over 40%.
Which to me feels like that would be hard to chase down. Whereas One Nation, they decided to sit this one out. It could still be 53-47 after the pre-poll. Yeah, but I feel like the pre-poll trend would have to be more aggressive than the election day trend. Which could pan out.
Somebody's saying that the 2PP update is bad. Oh, yeah.
Is it on the commission site? Let's have a look.
52.45, so 47.5 essentially.
Yeah, because the postals have come in nearly 58-43, that's why. Or 58-42.
Right.
That's what's done it. One Nation probably figured that preference leakage could have got Labor over the line if they stood. Yeah, I still think it was more about their own image than trying to elect an LNP member, but yeah, that is probably true at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we said at the start of the stream. Hayden 24-47.
So how long is it going to be before we get pre-polls?
Honestly, man, potentially like an hour.
Oh my god!
Because what have we got? Well, although postals plus, like, they've probably got the other 40% of the count to go in. LNP needs at least 40% primary. Well, just remember, last time they nearly got 40% primary on the early booths. They pretty much did get 40% on those two booths. So they just need to sort of hold the line, if that's your threshold. What do you reckon they're going to get in the two pre-polls there? LNP primary. I'm thinking 44.
So they got 39% last time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good guess. 44, yeah.
Amiga, Hannibal, you're the one that's always commenting my videos with your model, right? Is that you? ABC has Labour ahead.
Why would Australia have another referendum?
I don't know, Republic. Don't do the same as our Ledge Good stream. 30 seconds before like 5 results. That's right.
Oh no, I won't. I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going until we get pre-polls. But I think okay. So I think my mum just came home from traveling, and then I have a friend over who's just came back from traveling, and both I think either one of them has got me sick. So I think that's why it isn't just allergies like I thought. So I keep on muting the mic and then coughing, so Max has to hear it, but none of you guys could hear it.
Amiga, send me an email about your model. I'd like to chat to you.
Dan Andrew statue, the world's largest open air urinal. You have to do it. If you visit Melbourne, you have to do it. It's like a tourist trend. I doubt we'll see another referendum for at least a decade. Yeah, Albo fucked it, didn't he? By doing that stupid voice thing. Which, during a cost of living crisis. What a terrible time to do a referendum on equity issues for Indigenous people. That's a bit silly in hindsight.
Mm.
I didn't know your email is on your Twitter or YouTube. Is it?
Oh, you just have to go into my channel homepage, and then if you click on like the bio or whatever, and you can click like more info or something.
Oh,
and
you
then
still
can
have that
request it.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are people going to do? Send me an email? No. So?
Why is Dictator Dan so hated? International viewer here. Because he did lockdowns for ages. That's mainly why.
Who's a good international like example, like reference point for Dan Andrews?
No. It's not a good example. But I was gonna say, what was the name of the former speaker in the US? What was her name again? Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, Pelosi, yeah.
Not as hated as her, but sort of. I don't know.
Speaker, or was she like Democrats' House leader or something?
Yeah. I think House leader. I think they call it. They also call them the speaker too.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nobody's advocating for US-style president for a republic. We'd take a more European example, whereas one figure. I mean, it would be more like Ireland, right? Like Ireland, it's kind of just a figurehead, like ceremonial position, but it's still elected. So, but some people would ask for a model where the parliament elects them. My aunt with dementia used to call Dan the man with the terrible hair. That doesn't rhyme. Nancy is powerful, lol, guys. I didn't say she was powerful. I just said she's like a similar figure, but not really. Like she's very unpopular. She's incredibly unpopular.
The Australian Dr. Fauci. More like the Australian Cuomo by that kind of logic.
Yeah, but Cuomo he has a very sort of sleazy reputation. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a great comparison.
I think Fauci is actually yeah, I think Fauci is sort of like a good equivalent because Fauci was sort of like pretty liked by the general sort of left wing population.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, you could have an elected governor general. Like you don't have to call it a president. There's no law that says you have to call it a president.
Just with those postals, that's about half the number of total postals that we had in the last election. But I don't know, in by-elections, are there less postals?
Wait, have postals just come in? Because
well, they already came in.
50-50.
They came in like they came in like 15 minutes ago. They broke like 57-43 to LNP.
Yeah,
but
the poll budget's just updated and it's now 50-50 for some reason.
Because there's more to candidate preferred counts coming in.
Ah, makes sense. Yeah, I'll see what
Anthony
Green.
Don't write off those Greens though. 6.7%.
Anthony Green is now saying 50.1 to Labor. He's changed his projection.
Anthony Green or
Anthony
the
Green.
ABC?
Anthony Green. I don't know what the ABC is saying. The swings are lower on the postals than the early day votes. See, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe it's the budget. As people are learning about the budget, they're getting angry and then they're voting more for the LNP. This is the only theory I can come up with because I don't know what else is going on. Abysmal result for LP, but if Stephen Miles wins by the skin of his teeth for this by-election, I think he might be hanging on to the opposition leader status.
Maybe, but if there was, I don't know, if there was like a clear alternative, someone who could replace him, quick smart, then he'd be gone.
Right. Well,
I think
there isn't though, right? Like, there's no one that's really
There's no one that like it's obvious that he's
Yeah.
just that they're just waiting to roll him. No, there's no. Yeah, I don't think so. And he's not in like a Starmer style situation where it's just he has to go. I'm just gonna mute myself one sec.
No problem. So what I'll do is I'll just go on Poll Bludger and I'll check what he's actually saying. Um, okay, so he's basically just saying we've got to wait till the pre-polls, but the LNP are sort of a little bit ahead. So this is maybe a bit misleading, where he's got the projected 2CP of Labor ahead. Isn't Miles decent? Didn't before the previous election the polling gaps? Yeah, he did. You're right, actually. He was looking like he's going to lose pretty badly, and then narrowed the results a lot. And then on election night, we actually thought he was going to do really well because I think the early results that came in, Labor were doing quite well, and then as results kept on going on, maybe pre-polls or something, that's when Labor didn't do as well. But Stephen Miles was, some of his policy decisions were relatively popular, I think. And that's why they've kept him. That's why they've kept Stephen Miles. Most people who were leader who lose an election, they kick out pretty quickly. But yeah, Miles saved the furniture. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they could have formed government election day votes. Yeah, on the pre polls definitely suited the opposition, or who are now the government. Okay, I'm gonna do a very off the mark poll, but only just because we're gonna have some time to kill. I actually don't know if I spelled his name right, but it'll do.
He has to win that by-election first.
Yeah. What do you think the ceiling is for OMP's primary federally? I'd say
30
probably
on the dot.
yeah 30%. I'd say yeah. Actually, that Morgan poll they got like 32%, right? But that's Morgan, so.
Can we just pretend that Morgan poll didn't happen?
We have to wait to news poll tomorrow. It'll be very interesting to see what all the polls. There'll probably be a lot of polls that come out in the next couple of days, and that would be very interesting.
Then there's going to be like a Demos AU that comes out like 33, One Nation. Everyone's going to freak out.
I think probably Burnham will win that by-election. I know that like Reform is like obviously like strong there, but with any Burnham's personal vote, he should win.
I think if you look at like the local council results, it was Reform like 46, Labor 24, something like that. So it's a big margin to overturn. So Paul Bludger's got Labor with their nose in front.
Yep. But we don't have any
pre-polls. Young people don't answer their phones to pollsters. It's SMS polls, which just means only the people who care are going to message back.
So you think what, like, engaged voters are overrepresented or something?
Or motivated ideological people, yeah. Because also when you look at the state polls that they've done, some of the preference flows are so cooked. It'd be like Greens 100% preferences to Labor, stuff like that.
All right, I'm gonna do a funny poll while we wait.
Okay. Form Squad, what's wrong with Demos AU? Ask my audience. They don't seem to like them.
I'll see what Anthony Green's saying. Yeah, he's saying something similar with the ALP in front, but we got to wait for the pre-polls. 25% voting yes. Oh, hi, Heath. Welcome.
Hey, I swear people just dislike demos because they were first to show One Nation doing really well. They cooked themselves a bit PR wise because they also posted that 50-50 national result
Yeah.
based on hunter flows, which I had some correspondence with them and they were like, oh, we didn't know that it was going to have such a reaction. We thought that was just a side detail. Whoops.
I think that was based. It was like it attached. It got all the headlines.
Yeah,
I think that was a
but
base move them doing that. I think it was really funny too because like people were like raging so hard against that. Like
yeah.
like oh Hunter isn't representative. Re. It's like I mean obviously no, but like you don't have to like go crazy about it. Like we get it, you know. So
Are we not chill with Solomon anymore?
no, he.
Uh,
I'll answer. I'll answer. He's in Darwin
yeah.
at the moment. He said he's like generally a little bit like a little bit. Hey, he's having one of his like uh he's kind of a bit tired of Ozpol like periods, you know. So he gets like this sometimes where he just sort of like fed up with Ozpol. I don't exactly know why because you know those tax changes just passed and that was something that a lot of people like on his side of politics were looking forward to. So it's just that's just how. What were you gonna say, Max?
I just muted and had a mouthful of dinner instead. You go.
Oh, okay, okay. No, Solomon. No, we're all good friends. It's just he's in Darwin, and yeah, so that's all. Shit water. I think I saw one of their polls recently that looked pretty reasonable. Freshwater.
Just because a pollster crashes out once, like, I don't know, I feel like they're a decent chance of fixing their methodology later on. But Omega, why do you dislike Roy Morgan on the whole? Like, you get a poll every week, and you can build up quite a big sample over the course of a month, right?
Literally, Black Drac Trial. I was talking about that earlier in the stream. I thought it was a Sonic reference, but it's what was it like a Greek thing?
Yeah, it's like an ancient Greek fable thing.
Yeah. So I assume that Sonic like got it from there as well. At least when they added in Tails. Um, Imagine thinking that voice acting voting record has any relevance for federal election. Um, oh, the voice. You mean like the? Oh well, I can forgive them for thinking that because you know obviously the Labor Party were very strongly supportive of that, and they thought like you know if they're going directly against the Labor Party, they probably have something against the Labor Party too, but it didn't really end up like that.
You would have thought that they would have based it on like more firm samples where they like directly ask people, "Does this change your vote?" Right? Like it's I don't know where they actually got the assumption from.
Maybe it was a whole horticopium. Maybe that was the. Maybe they just wanted to be like sort of culturally conservative, and they just sort of like pointed to that and sort of hoped that it would be good enough.
Africa 23, the primary votes aren't changing because all the election day votes are in, but we're getting updates because they're reporting to party preferred counts.
So Labor's
That's why it's changing.
a little bit more ahead now too. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
we've got one of the pre polls is in.
Oh, okay. Let me see what the results are like. So
41% LNP, 30% Labor, Greens 15. I feel like that's not enough for the LNP.
where is it? Where is this pre-poll? Center. Oh,
It's
here it is. Here it is.
the Stafford one.
Yeah. Only a 7.5% swing against Labor. Or dear.
But yeah, if the other one, so if the other one reports a similar primary number, then Labor will win the seat for sure.
Sorry for no refreshing. Apologize. Ricky Muir liked this comment. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like group voting tickets for the meme, but I understand that they're kind of, you know, they're kind of a bit fucked. So they're nice for the meme, though. So what's this thing about James McGrath? Do you know what he's talking about, James McGrath? Oh, the
it's just
pre-polls. The
pre-polls.
pre-polls. Oh, okay, yeah.
Wolf, though, last time the incumbent government won a seat at a by-election was only in '98. Well, technically, it was earlier. It was Hinchinbrook earlier this year. I think you have to go back further to find one where the government won one against the opposition. But let me know if I'm wrong on that.
I'm starting to see the usual pattern where good moves for the LNP have good flows to them. I'm not sure what he means by that, Kevin.
Like like as if the preference flow is better.
Okay.
So the more their primary vote is, the better their preference flow as well.
Still waiting for the preference flows for a handful of seats. And the pre-polls, we don't have preference flows for that either. Yeah, Ricky Muir was good. I was actually surprised that he did so badly when he ran again. I thought that he would do a bit better. I thought he had a bit of a personal vote, like kind of like Jackie Lambie, but Victoria is different to Tasmania. We could get the DLP back with group voting tickets. That's true. Adam Suyek or whatever. He's been a great politician. I think the federal ALP on internet circles gets a free pass because not only are they actual centre-left parties, but they actually focus on cost of living more than cultural. Well, they learned that sort of the hard way with the voice referendum, that they really did have to focus on cost of living issues and to have a back burner for all that other stuff. I mean, that's what matters in federal politics anyway, that you do focus on cost of living stuff. So Boof's good for the LNP, vote more for the LNP. I think what he's saying is that the Boofs that are going for the LNP are sort of like helping the preference flow percentage go up for the coalition. I think that's what he's saying. They also get avoid being associated with multicolored haired wokesters. Thanks, Greens. The bad stereotype for them is union criminality. Yeah, that's true. And it's not necessarily wrong either, allegedly. The flows are better, and on Labour moves, the flows are better. The flows are better with Hungry Jacks. All right, that was a good meme poll.
So where is this one landing, Eli? Help me.
I think that when we get the pre-polls, the Chermside pre-poll, that one's we're going to be like shocked, and the LNP are going to barely win, like 50.1% or something.
So what's their primary in the Chermside?
Okay, 43%. What did they get last time?
I'll find out. Last time, I think it's the returning officer one. They got 40.5.
They got 40.5 last time. Okay, so they'll get 44% this time, I think.
Okay.
But is the issue here that we have like all these candidates and they're just not sure about how the preferences are going to go with some of these candidates? Is that really the problem here?
I don't know. We should have a reasonable idea given 10 booths have reported.
I don't know, blackjack trial. Like, I wish I could mathematically answer that question, but my brain is not up to speed tonight. And I made everyone talk about HJs and McDonald's now. Great. I personally prefer HJs because they always have those vouchers and I always use them. So I go to HJs way more often than McDonald's.
Last time government won a seat from opposition was 71. Okay, cool. It could come down to how many postals there are, honestly.
Is that Heath by here?
I feel like Heath, you're super quiet and very buzzy.
All right, let me fix that.
I turned you up to 200%, so.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh, wow! Oh my
Hey.
gosh, that was so loud. Oh my god.
How's it going, Heath?
There's audio issues here.
I'm sorry, everyone. I just ear redacted you with Heath.
It wasn't actually that bad.
I also turned my audio up at the same time.
I don't know what volume to put you, Heath.
Yeah, just something.
I'll put you on 100% and hope that it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not touching my volume on my side.
Tasmanian jump scare.
All right, guys, this is a serious poll: McDonald's or Hungry Jack's?
All right, I'm keeping you on 40% because, yeah, it's.
I'm gonna go Hungry Jack's just for the value, but like, I mean, McDonald's is like the default option.
pressing
Yeah,
charges
Hungry
for
Jack's
that.
has Hungry Jack's has onion rings, so it's valid.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It has been 3 weeks in a row, but I'm still not used to dealing with audio in these streams. So
Yeah. Even the Tasmanians.
you keep on turning up and down. Stay at consistent volume.
I haven't touched it. What do you
There's something wrong with your microphone.
No, there's nothing wrong with you. You're audio issues, man. You're always moving someone else.
Okay, I'm gonna keep you on a low volume because I don't know if you're ever gonna turn up.
Is this super quiet now?
Oh, fine. I'll turn you up a little bit more.
Okay. How am I sounding?
I'll keep you on 71%.
Recovering. I don't think they've got like.
Anthony Green still doesn't believe in Labour.
Let me see.
Now I'm too quiet.
What
What are you
is
guys doing?
Okay, you're fine now. What does the what does the commentary actually say? Oh, I'll check. I can just click on the commentary.
Mhm.
It took a long time to say something about the early vote center.
Yeah, it did. Which maybe that's changed his opinion. I'm not sure.
He's like it's like he's gobsmacked or something. It took him like 10 minutes to write something.
Just couldn't
It's
move
like,
his fingers.
This goes against my hypothesis.
How do I respond?
It's
the real Tasmanian devil.
It's not my first stream. It's actually my third stream. Actually, we did a stream for budget night too, so I've done 4 streams in the last 2 weeks. I mean, I was on Heath's stream, but I wasn't controlling the audio then. So
Yeah.
So
I did a better job.
I
did
should
a better job.
I should.
Except the ads. The ads was the only bad thing, and I'm sorry. everyone,
Uh,
but I could not. I didn't know how to skip them. with
giving
Windows
the ABC revenue by showing ads.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even have like ads on YouTube. I thought like as a government broadcast they wouldn't do that. But I mean,
This is why we need to
I guess
defund the
they've got-
ABC.
they've got a
What's the point of
financial
even paying them if they're just gonna do ads on
incentive.
YouTube?
They make money there, like Sky News.
Oh, so one thing we should consider.
Yep.
So the last pre-poll to come in is the Chermside one, but that's the area where Labor's primary was Like that's had the worst swings on
Right.
both two-party preferred
Yeah.
and on primary. So
Yeah.
could still get a surprise.
What's the preference by looking like? Ooh, projected two candidates Labour ahead. Yeah, that's strong Greens performance. Ooh. I love how like Greens still have like a win probability.
Yeah, it's been the meme of the night, and it's actually been trending up as the night's gone on.
Cool. What?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just jump scared everyone again with a Windows sound. I apologize.
Bro, what is going on with the audio?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this stream to go for this long, and this must be. It's such a. It's a nail biter. This is a nail biter. This by-election.
Your honor, and look how you're like disrespected.
So.
Billy Vincent 8668. Tasmanian Liberals are pretty woke. No, they are not. They just act like it because their voter base is, but their actual ministers and politicians are conservative for like 80% of the parliament. It's just that they're weak. They're cucked to the voter base, so to speak.
So it's performative. You're saying they're performative.
Definitely, yeah, that's all it is. I mean, I've been in there for years and I've seen it all. It's like the moderates control the secretariat, the party leadership, and pretty much that's about it. But the Conservatives control every other aspect, which is weird. And the Women's Council actually has quite a lot of sway in Tassie compared to other states.
I think no matter like how the Greens try to present themselves or what they talk about, they're always going to be associated with the kind of people, the loud, like, obese, tattooed, green-haired people.
No more Nick McKim Fortnite games, guys.
That will cancel you. Like that's what people are always going to associate with them. So I think that's sort of the issue. I think the brand is sort of a bit fucked.
And they're like at the point where like they won't build a bridge because it will harm the starfish at the bottom of like the sea.
Well, even if that's like a bit
of starfish, like it's just like there's got to be a point. Like
even if that's an over exaggeration, that's the impression people have of the Greens at this point.
That's the thing, and like every working class and every like liberal voter pretty much has that impression.
The Greens are wokest in aesthetics and in vibes and not really in policy. Yeah.
They're a party, just like One Nation still is, even though they technically have policies.
Well, okay. Here's something I don't like about the Greens, right? When they were doing those hate speech policies, they were like...
They were so mad about that. I mean, the Christian lobby went insane when they announced that.
Well, they weren't like saying like they weren't like opposing the hate speech policies. They were like, oh, we're happy with the hate speech policies. You just gotta like you can't just make it about like Jewish people. You gotta make it about
those ones. No, there were ones that were like 2 years ago that the Greens wanted to push through, but that didn't happen.
But like they wanted to make it
and like religious stuff as well, a few other things.
Yeah, well, they wanted to make the hate speech policies about like this X Y blah 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 blah.
Yeah, very specific and targeted.
Yeah. So
I did that. I did that 2 years ago.
About like all of these things, right? So it's like I feel like the Greens should be sort of a bit more sort of civic libertarian with their values, but they
look good luck on that.
But they seem to be a bit sort of authoritarian, and that's what the issue is.
Like most of the Greens are, I would say, more economically disenfranchised, and kind of a lot of people have been screwed over. And then, of course, you've got some really rich, very progressive people in that party, which is weird.
Well, their economic policies are sound. It's just that, like, they have the impression of being authoritarians, and I think that hurts them.
Yeah. Because, I mean, when you've got not much to do, I guess you become a bit more wacky.
I'm not a fan of the Greens.
Just an honest opinion.
I'm not a fan of the Greens, but they're more of a party when it comes to policy than One Nation. One Nation is a real...
About that, One Nation's got better...
protest vote party. Yeah, One Nation is very much just vibes.
Nation's getting more seats now. I mean, yeah, but Greens are also vibes. They're just being better at it. I mean, if they would have a much larger lower house, like a much larger and more consistent lower house president if they were an actual proper party.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Well,
Cat sandwich.
Well, in Tasmania, they're an actual party. So, just saying.
Except Labor will never form government with them. So are they actually a party?
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Like that's what the Greens are a party. They're a proper party.
if you
It's
win,
Labor that's got the issue there, and Labor's kind of been cooked by the Greens.
if you
but I
if you
think-
wi- if you win seats in Parliament but you never form government, do you make a sound?
Hmm?
If you win seats in Parliament but you never form government, do you make a sound? Are you
Yeah.
actually a party? Are you actually
they are.
strong?
They're-
I don't know.
They've been in government like multiple times in Tassie compared to like they've never been in government federally, and the 2010 doesn't really count because that was like the confidence supply was never like a proper government. Has it just been more successful?
Yeah,
And
I
that's where
would.
they came.
I would argue Labour aren't a party in Tasmania either. They're just an idea.
Not a party in Tasmania, but on the mainland they're just a vibes party like One Nation.
I think just the Greens need to sort of split into two different parties.
Well, there's the environmental wing, and then there's the wacky wing we're talking about.
Well, I mean, it needs to be more choice for voters because at the moment, like, they just saw Greens as like the woke cancel culturists and people, and that sort of that a lot of people want that sort of like ideology to stay in the 2010s and early 2020s. They're kind of sick of it, you know. They kind of want to move on from that. I mean, there's a place for them. There are always going to be people
Yeah.
that follow that kind of ideology, but I think that it's capping their ability to get support.
Yeah. I think the other problem with the Greens and One Nation is that they whinge about a single issue like for a couple of weeks and then they just forget about it and move on to the next thing. I just see that so much in the minor parties compared to any others. Like it's a problem that they really need to iron out. They need to be more consistent on things and just go harder at things for longer and not just give up like after 2 minutes, you know.
Tree 3-3.
And yeah, you notice that in like the UK, like I mean, Cat Sandwich just go commenting like, yeah, I mean, I think that's why the Greens in the UK have been successful. They've just been more consistent. They've got a solid platform that they're regularly campaigning on, not just screaming like an incoherent mess every few days and then changing stuff.
I
I
think
feel like
Still having a broad policy base, but not really 100% adhering to it. It's
them
it's like-
being principled is both a blessing and a curse. What were you gonna say, Max?
I think the biggest thing they need is more charismatic leadership.
Right.
that is
Yeah.
what. Oh, their leader right now are cooked.
Well, the NIMBY part of them is again a blessing and a curse because it does well in council elections, but
Oh yeah, that's the council party.
they give themselves a bad reputation in state and federal elections by doing that.
You know, no, I think we should like create like another party, like to separate from the Greens. You know, the Centrelink party.
The Centrelink party. I would lead the Centrelink party.
I know you would.
I love the Centrelink party. Actually, speaking of which, I like 10 years ago, I had an idea of making a political party called the Free Money Party.
No. You should no. You got to get the Socreds,
Socreds? What's a Socred?
social credit party. You know.
Ah, social credit. What even is that? What is social credit? What does that mean?
It's basically people getting returns from government projects and other things. It's very complex. But it was actually it was quite popular in the
New Zealand.
And Great Depression, yeah. But they never got parliamentary representation, but they were very influential in the Labor Party. They actually got the Labor, what do you call it, conference and the caucus and everything to like support social credit policies, but they never implemented them in the party, in the parliament. The parliamentary party was against it. So yeah, there was, and also the social credit party is actually connected to One Nation. Ironically, a lot of One Nation's earliest policies were regarding social credit. Very, very fun fact. And that's from my timeline in Australian political parties. You can buy that right now as a poster for $59 for A3.
I think Nick McKim would make a better Greens leader than David Shoebridge.
No, Nick McKim's like, it's just for the memes. He's Fortnite woke corner. That's what he's on to be.
Yeah, but he's sort of like a real successor to Bob Brown. I think he actually has better charisma than Bob Brown too.
But I feel like it gets kind of sidelined in the party a little bit, just a little bit. Like in terms of the top spot.
Yeah,
just not
I
winning
I
out.
I, I agree.
Those leadership vehicles, those leadership votes or whatever, just
I
not winning it.
I agree. Cat sandwich. Brain rot is exactly what I look for in a progressive party.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Liberal, the coalition social media campaign last election. Cooked.
All right, I'm gonna see if
Fred's got representation. Yeah,
I'm gonna.
they.
I don't think Anthony Green's done any more commentary, so we're just sort of waiting around for more pre polls at the moment.
We're basically just
Just
waiting
keep
for
looking at
the
it.
Chermside pre-poll.
David Shoebridge is too whiny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Nick McKim is a lot better than David Shoebridge.
Yep. Honestly, they should just make it in the constitution. Any future party leader must come from Tasmania. Then it means it gives Tasmanians a chance to become party leader. Vote 1 Tasmanians for Greens party leadership.
So, just an update, everyone. We're waiting for this Chermside South early voting centre booth. This is a pre-poll, and we're thinking that if this matches sort of the swings that we've seen in on the day booths around that area, then Labor might be in trouble, because those swings in that area was not very good for them. So it's very close at the moment. You got to take these results with a grain of salt because the pre-polls could really change a lot of things, but it's looking like it could go either way, and it's going to be sort of a nail biter. But all of the people that are doing blogs keep on saying that Labor's looking like they're in a bit of trouble. But I guess they are also saying it's quite close and they can't make a definitive.
Yeah. Questions and ideas in the chat. So Tree33 said, should the purpose of political parties be to create an ideology based off of what they think the average voter represents, or establish their own ideology and then let the people decide their success? What do you guys think?
I think the latter personally, but I know it's more difficult in a single member winner system as opposed to a proportional representation system. It does make it more difficult. You kind of have to get more of like the median voter, you know. But in an ideal world, you would have the latter, I think.
Billy Vincent asked, do you think if a genuine socialist ran for ALP leadership, he would win or they would win? Okay, so the old section of the Labor Party, your very, very heavy unions and less market-focused approach, that party died at the resignation of Gough Whitlam around like the late 1970s, the early 80s. So when Bob Hawke basically got into office, was the start of the new Labor Party that had a much more focus on market approaches. And it's been like that ever since. The party's been the most successful since that change. So it would be difficult to really go back the other way, but it's not impossible, of course. I mean, Albanese's technically Labor left and is Prime Minister, even though his governance isn't really reflective of what those governments would probably do. But, I mean, the latest change is pretty good, so we'll see what Albo does next. He could go really hard line after this, or even softer. Guys, thoughts on having like a strong Labor left running Australia?
Well, isn't that what Albo is? Isn't he strong Labor left running Australia?
He's left enough compared to like maybe UK Labor or. I don't think Albo's that left. I think he's just gone more and more to the right in the party, but he's still technically Labor left. He's like the rightest of the Labor left, probably.
Where does all these socialist parties come into it then? Why? Because if I'm really interested to see in Victoria. Chat, help me out here. Like, what kind of Greens voter or Labor voter are they taking? Where, like, what are they offering that's different, particularly from like Labor and the Greens? What's the niche that they've created for themselves? I was thinking of doing a video on Vic Socialists.
Well, I think Vic Socialists, even though all of their member base is more woke than the Greens, they have a appearance of being not quite as woke as the Greens.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I
don't
was
look
thinking, yeah.
extreme, even though they are. So, what?
Because I think you get like a lot of sort of like those Islamic voters who kind of think the Greens are too sort of woke and too pro LGBT. They might vote for Vic Soc, but if you ever speak to a Vic Soc person, right, they're like the wokest people on the planet, right? So they've been able to build a brand that is maybe different to their sort of member base somehow.
I
They,
think the problem with a socialist party or just like a major social grouping like running Australia is that the fact that the Australian government and the influence on the government is very heavily shaped by market forces. They're very powerful here compared to other countries. Obviously not as powerful as like the US and stuff, but it's pretty high. So yeah, dealing with that would be a challenge.
What were you going to say, Max?
yeah, I can't remember. Oh, actually, something about like how I feel like there's a difference in the kind of communities they campaign in, or at least there was like 5 or 6 years ago, where Vic Socialists would go for a really working class, diverse,
Yep.
poorer communities, whereas the Greens did a lot better in the more affluent areas. But I feel like they're now kind of going for the same clientele, and I'm wondering how that's going to end up in this Victorian election.
Yeah, the Greens do have that. The Greens do have that champagne socialist vibes
Yeah.
that the Vic Socialists try not to do.
I think in that poll, the socialist alternative, bro, they're a cult. Like
That literally is Vic Soc though. Their socialist alternative.
like socialist alternative.
They're the same people. That's the party. That's the
Mm.
socialist alternative political party.
The Victorian socialists are separate to the socialist alternative.
Yeah, they split.
They split
Some-
like in 2018 or 2020.
Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them
I mean,
was
some,
trying to
there might be some
explain it
member
to me.
overlap, but they are split.
Because I was chatting to some socialist alternative in South Australia 2 years ago, and they were promoting Vic Socialists. So I don't know.
University.
Oh my
classes,
God.
Like,
Your mic, Heath,
yeah.
doing funny things.
Anyways, yeah, they keep going into like uni classes, and the campaigning is so annoying. Just go away from the campus, brother. But yeah, I run like a massive invest. Like, what's that? It's just a cooperation of just resources, and yeah, they're a cult. And yeah, their founders are like really old people, like this weird like circle. There's the pedophilia allegations and a bunch of other things. It's not great.
They definitely are. They definitely do feel like a cult. Yeah. I mean, anytime I've been
At
to
the
them.
very least. But there is more.
I went to
I mean, if you guys want to learn more, just research them and you'll find out.
I went to one of their meetings, and
Oh no.
I went to one of their meetings, and I said I was a social democrat, and they didn't take kindly to that.
Yeah, they would just like it's like Scientology. They lock you in a room and like you just gotta renounce everyone else and then start doing.
Well, they brought up like 1930s Germany or something, or 1920s Germany, and I was like, that was like 100 years ago. Like that's irrelevant to the present day, and they didn't sort of take that like as a sort of a reasonable comment. They still kept on arguing with me, so and then one time like I was saying that I think that like CEOs or like managers like should have like a portion of the profits of the business.
No. Why'd you mention that? Why'd you mention that?
And they weren't happy about that either. So
yeah, but they wouldn't have invited you back. They would have booted you out the door.
well, they started screeching at me instead. So I guess that's
basically booting you out the door.
Yeah.
Not my socials.
Difference between trots and Marxists. I
Trots
think
are more based.
I think a lot of them are sort of not
No,
they're not
sorry, you go.
they're not necessarily taught how to communicate with other people.
No, that question's like not great because you're missing the third group. It's Deleonists or Delionists, whatever you call them. They're cool. That's like socialism from the US. It was
I
actually when
never heard of
socialism
that
formed in Australia, there was actually no grounding doctrine. Like there was no real Marxism here in the very early times during Federation. It was Deleonism, which is cool. And then obviously it transformed into what we know today. Eventually, after groups started traveling here and ideas started spreading more. Unemployment versus unemployment is still the same thing. Yeah, real.
Demsoc and SocDem are different. Social democracy is Norway. I mean, it's all just but like terms. It's the same crap, really. There's no real difference between any of that.
It's the same side of the coin, you know, the same coin with different sides. It's a shame. The difference between Joseph Stalin and dictator. Okay, that's a different thing. That's it's difficult. I mean, Marxism, Leninism compared to just the socialist parties we have here. It gets messy when you talk about socialism and communism. This is a spectrum. Australia, alphabetical soup says Australia has socialist governments before the foundation of the USSR. Fun fact. No, it had Labor governments. The Chris Watson government, David, the Fisher government, a few others, but I wouldn't really say they were really hard line compared to the socialism that was rising, the Bolshevism in Russia.
Let's veer away from this.
Very strong unions and stuff, but yeah, not to the level of the Trotskyists.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make a poll about Bolsheviks or Mensheviks. I apologize. What no pre-polls does to a chat, we're going to chat about
what
socialism.
Is alphabetical soup on about Stalinism or authoritarian where Marxism has elections? Oh, they're all basically authoritarian. Stalinism and socialism in the USSR was under more of a concept called socialism in one country. If we exclude Trotskyism, which basically got exterminated, which is quite the step away from the internationalist ethos.
Yeah, so just an update to everyone. We're waiting for the second pre-poll drop. It looks like Anthony Green and Kevin Bonham are a little bit unsure about what's going to happen. It looks very close. So yeah, we're just waiting. It could go either way, really.
It really could. I'm also like if the pre-poll drops and it's like 40% LNP, 29% Labor, and it doesn't really change the primaries, then it's probably going to come down to the late postals. Like I'm assuming they might count more tonight. That was what happened with Farah. There was like 2 batches that came in, and then there'll be like a trickle coming in over the next week. Hopefully we don't have to wait like all week for the result though.
Yeah, whoops! I flubbed that last poll.
Oh, guys, Greens are going to win tonight. Come on.
What are we at?
Billy Vincent said Labor was socialist back then. Wasn't never officially adopted it. It did have socialists in the party, and if you actually look at my timeline, that I have available for sale, but also it's going to be in a video, there were multiple Labor splits, and most of them were from the socialists, especially before the Lang split.
Yeah, they eventually all the socialists gave up, and then
they went into the Communist Party and Socialist parties, and they withered away.
Now they're all just in Labor, and they pray one day that they'll get a socialist PM. So which Albanese is he could be a crypto socialist for all I know. You know, I think he has plans to take the country very left wing if he even gets a chance. You know, that's sort of the vibe I get. So
yeah. But yeah, Labor was never really officially socialist on paper. Look, there were still leaders who were aligned with those factions and stuff, but like they never really got to a point where they were able to implement any of the policies.
Wolf Bow, how would the Greens do better in elections? I think their brand is kind of, I think they need a better leader for a start, and I think their brand is kind of an issue, and I think they need to get over sort of that kind of image that they have, that they're gonna that they think they're better than you and they're gonna cancel you.
Do you think they need to go back to being a sort of dedicated crossbench party that has a few issues that they're strong on, and then they kind of let everything else just go through, or do they need to occupy a really strong ideological space?
That's a good question. But I mean,
Like,
I feel
my
like
dad, I was going to say,
yeah.
my dad, who's like, obviously a boomer, he has said to me that he liked the Greens until Adam Bam was the leader,
Right.
which like shocked us all. But it was because he cared about the environment and they cared about the environment. And then as soon as they started sort of obstructing Labor's agenda and kind of playing politics a little bit more and going sort of a little bit harder on the left economics, then he gave up on them.
Okay, so Toby, hang on, let me get your full name because it's cut off. Toby from Newport. I don't know where Newport is, but Socialist Alliance.
Newport.
What's your thoughts? Where's Newport?
Newport is
It's
in West
just
Melbourne.
Newport. Don't even question it.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Newport.
I'm sorry, I'm not that familiar with Melbourne geography, but thank you for the super chat.
Yeah.
Assuming he's from the Melbourne.
Thanks, I get a split as well. Jokes.
Yeah.
Eli buys us a steak dinner for a super chat.
Yeah. We have a steak. Yeah, so
I don't know anything about Socialist Alliance other than that they were involved with Victorian Socialists at one point. I don't know anything about, but I don't know why they're like how they're different from. I assume that they're Marxists and the socialist alternative are Trotskys. I assume that's the difference, right? Between the two.
I like their newspaper, Green Left. It looks cool, but I don't read it.
I think I have one of those newspapers just sitting about a meter away.
Yeah. I got one from the Julian Assange protest because I was at that.
Wait, there's red flag. That's
SALT.
Okay, and then Green Left is Socialist Alliance. I see. Okay.
Some other questions. Tony Abbott is on the return. Thoughts, chat. In emergency, break glass is what I say. In emergency, break glass. They're trying. I think they're going to try and parachute him in, just to, like lead him to the next election.
Sam says boring. Well, I agree. This is boring. We are waiting for final results. We're
answering some chat questions and vibing. So
yeah, if we don't, I mean, I don't know when to call this quits tonight, but we will hang around for maybe a bit like 15 more minutes or something.
Answer some good questions.
We're just
maybe we should, if we end the stream now, then the pre-poll will report.
I know that's the problem.
Come on, we can hold out.
Let's have a little look through the results that we've got in so far. So what have we got? 85% of the vote has gone either LNP, Green or Labor. Other than that, Liam Parry's just about going to get his deposit back if he does well on the last pre-poll. He's on 3.8. Legalised Cannabis 3.2. The Rennick Independent on 2. Animal Justice Family First 2.2, 2.2. And the Poor Old Libertarian on 1.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how well Liam Parry has done.
Yeah. I heard differing reports, like, because he was able to kind of make an issue with the new speech laws. It was like, oh, he'll do really well, but then other people were saying this part of Brisbane's the wrong part to be, like, maybe it's more of a south of the river type thing. But I think I said 4% in my prediction, and I was kind of having a bet each way.
Something about south of the river? Which river are you talking about?
Well, isn't that the Brisbane River?
There's this river called the Kendron Brook running through the electorate. Are you talking about that one?
No, like the big river that runs through Brisbane.
Oh.
Like it runs right through the CBD, right?
Are you talking about the river to the sea?
the river that passes through Brisbane and ends
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not in Queensland. I'm not in Queensland, so
Can't
I
have
can
his
say,
Only
I
have
can
it
say that.
saving the environment one fire hose at a time. I mean, at least he holds a hose, unlike Skoma. I don't hold a hose, mate.
Yeah. So there's, um, as you can see here, the Boos. I mean, it looks like Labor's winning the two-party vote on most of them, but then, yeah. So
But
it's
they
a
were,
mixed
yeah.
bag.
I think they won all of the booths. At
Okay.
the general, the only
Yeah.
thing they lost was the postals.
Makes sense. Yep.
It's probably just pulled a small amount of
Tasmanian
left-wing
says
Greens
Socialist
voters.
Alliance is a bit more moderate than Dems. Yeah. I mean, Socialist Alternative just screams you down and doesn't let you have any alternative voice. So, I mean, any group that does that, I think, is insane and are very extreme. Just saying. The Greens don't exactly do that. Some do, but not all.
I'm not sure about the disengaged people who saw independent and put one next to it without knowing who it is. I can imagine, maybe if there's a local here, they can confirm, but I would have thought Queensland Socialists would have had people at every booth today. I feel like they would have had the booths well stocked. And I heard that behaviour from both them and the LNP was kind of bad on the booths today.
Not to be surprised, eh?
Yeah, no, not at all.
What were they having fist fights with each other or something?
Yeah, well, one should bet on them. So he comes out on top.
This is why we need to ban handing out how to vote. It's causing too much violence in this country.
We need more. No. We need more joke candidates to bring the country together. That's my solution. Slash back the regulation on the Senate tickets. Let people stack it up and turn it into a tablecloth. And once again, make Anthony Reen rage about the size of the Senate sheet.
So we need more like monster raving loony.
Yeah, that as well. Need to reduce the minimum deposit size and the signatures and stuff.
From the Tweed River to the Coral Sea.
Yeah, they should make it so that you can use your $2.50 saving to register a political party.
Yeah, just put your life savings on it. No. Instead of just voting, it's like a lottery and just random people get into parliament.
Oh.
Like jury service. Come on. Good.
Salt are the biggest setback to Ozsock. What's wrong with Trotskys?
It's just salt. They're salty. And they've got 2 brain cells. All the other socialists are somewhat intelligent. Yeah, I want Count Binface to come to Australia. I will be the Australian Count Binface. Need some money.
Hey, I voted in Stafford. Ask me, who'd you vote for? Sam9837. Did you vote for the Socialist? Were you one of the 3.8% people who voted for the Socialist?
Did he vote?
Kevin Bottom's published the preference flows so far. Greens 84% to Labor.
Okay, which are the most hard line Labor and LNP booths?
Booths or parties?
No, booths in
the Stafford one. It looks like the one right in the middle of the electorate.
Yep.
This one here, Stafford.
The Australian Citizens Party.
But that's only because the Greens got 19.6% vote here. By the way, the Australian Citizens Party. I used to listen to their
I saw their ads. It's so weird.
Why would you put Liam Parry first, LMP second? I'm not.
I hate these laws, but I also like these laws.
Which laws are you talking about?
The ones that Liam Parry got done for.
Oh, okay. I think you just don't like John Farnham songs. You just don't like people singing them. You can't stand his lisp. So you're sick of people singing John Farnham or listening to John Farnham song. La Roche,
Interesting that,
La Roche
interesting
Party.
that,
Yeah, go on,
interesting that, interesting that Parry has lower flows to Labour than the Greens. Maybe that does say something about that theory that there were just some people that thought he was a bit of a generic independent.
Mm. Yeah, that would make sense. Yep.
Yep.
What is Frangos? I don't know what Frangos is.
Neither.
Why do you think that the Chermside pre-poll has taken so long compared to the other pre-poll?
It's probably bigger. I'm guessing it's like 8,000 or 9,000 votes.
Yeah, the
Right.
bigger one's taking longer, I guess. So
I like El Jenna. I think El Jenna's nice. I don't know what the other one is, Frangos.
yeah, Algena's nice.
I've never had it.
I'm craving some right now, actually.
Good. So good. Some of their specials are also good, and some of the delivery apps.
Did it start kind of out your way, Eli?
Did it start out my way? El Jenna?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, there's one that's like 5 minutes drive away from me, so. It used to be a Red Rooster.
Oh, Roy just docks himself? Nice.
I mean, I kind of have, but it's alright. I've said that I'm in Watson, so you guys know where I am.
Yeah.
I'm actually checking when the El Jenna near me closes now. That's why I put it on switching windows. It closed at 11. Oh, perfect. I'm going there after the stream ends. So that's
Beat him there, guys. The after party.
that will be the hard deadline for the stream. Because I got to go to El Jenna before the stream's over.
Yeah.
So.
And shout everyone there turns up. Come on.
I'm craving that
Why
garlic sauce.
is this political stream just rating fast food now? Can we turn this around, guys? Bro, your audience is trying to figure out where you live. Watch out.
Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that.
I have.
I shouldn't have said anything. Now everyone's trying.
I'm on the record as saying I've been ripping.
Great. Well, I am in Western Australia right now. No. I would never go.
Eli, I actually worked at an Oporto like 10 years ago when I was first out of school.
Bro.
And like I had no idea what it was. I had to like
You
educate me
just
on how.
worked there without knowing what it was. What?
I used to
Well,
have
like-
a porter all the time.
Yeah, because it's not a thing in Victoria. So
Okay.
it
was
was
not a thing in Tasmania for that matter.
Yeah, we were like the 10th store to open or something in Victoria, and they had to tell me what a like rich history it has in Sydney.
I could hear the Arab in my voice. Are you talking about me?
Yep. Confirmed. I mean, fair.
Green has just upped Labour's percentage to 50.8 after preferences. Yeah, Paul Ledger had it on 50.9.
This is
Bro,
interesting.
Nando's is just like, I don't know. I rarely see it in Sydney. Compared to like, I don't know. Everyone talks about it in Tassie, but like no one in Sydney seems to really care.
Anthony Green's saying that his projection of Labor on 50.8 is because it corrects for Labor doing well on absence, but there's no absence in a by-election.
Oh.
So he's got no idea.
Okay. Well,
Okay, this really is a toss-up.
Anthony Green has just got rid of the predict and he's put Fiona Hammond on 50.1, so I don't know what that means.
Bruh.
Toss
Bro.
up, toss up,
That's-
toss up. Finally.
That's the current two candidate preferred with 12 moves.
Okay. Okay. Exo.
Yeah, how much in shares, man? Tell me.
Exo.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Exabyte, no, I am on government support, but I'm just more considering that if somebody wasn't on government support and they were trading in shares, it would be very damaging to them if they were slugged with a 30% capital gains. And
You can have shares. It's just that you have to be under the assets and income weighting tests.
Yeah,
which is fun.
it's the waiting period that's the issue, really, because you could have up to
Yeah.
like $300,000 worth of assets before you have an issue with Centrelink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you literally just pocket your Centrelink into asset.
Well, it's not a bad idea to buy
You save enough.
stocks with Centrelink if you have money. Yeah, if you have
The
savings.
government's paying you investments. But at the end of the day, it's not
That's
really
like
parasitic.
super.
I mean, yeah, investing stocks is basically the government investing in stocks. So you're deploying capital, which is useful. It's unlike buying like an investment property
It's
or
the secret
a
future
casino,
fund.
for example, which is just sucking and accumulating wealth.
Green was predicting a tie as a possibility. Well, there's always a possibility, especially in an election like this.
Yeah. What happens in a tie? In an election?
Coin flip.
Really?
Not actually, right?
I
Like,
think-
I mean, it's obviously almost never going to happen. So, like, is there a precedent, or like, is there like some sort of law or something?
I don't know,
determines
but
things?
I've read about it in the Jeffrey Archer book once.
Or would they
so
like get like
there
the
you go.
absent, like the invalid voters and stuff to redo theirs or something?
If you didn't get your name crossed off the roll, they're like, come
Yeah.
on, we need
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, that'd be weird.
Okay, we're gonna go until 9:30, and if we don't have a result by then, I'm ending.
That would be a
things.
constitutional crisis, eh?
I'm ending things
you. Yeah, fair.
because that'll be 3 hours. Maybe they just won't post the results tonight for the pre-poll. I don't know. I'll see what
Yeah.
Kevin Bonham's saying.
He just reported those candidate flows. Interesting that Family First is stronger to the LNP than the Libertarians.
I'm not surprised about that.
Usually the Libertarians have a
Yeah,
stronger...
intense recounts.
Maybe when they were called Liberal Democrats, it was stronger. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, I should compare that with 2025. But they just have no votes now, so it's like, who cares?
Second by-election, there was precedent. Okay.
Oh, so it's like the AFL Grand Final. Just go again.
Munding Borough.
That's cooked. It draws straws. Yeah, you'd think like with massive recounts, like surely like there's just a few that go one way or the other. Like that.
Imagine like, yeah, the scrutiny is trying to strike out informals and stuff. It'd be insane.
Yeah, like something that was like just barely like valid, but also not like
Yeah.
There must be like a line to like where you gotta
No,
like
I'm
just numbering outside the boxes, like.
It didn't matter Tasmanians because it was like the result was pretty much done by the time that I finished streaming. Like we predicted that Palmer would win and
Yeah, bro's ending the stream like sports bet paying people out before the results are declared. Literally. I mean that's great though because on the federal election that was good for me.
Oh, okay. It's been updated on Poll Bludger finally once in a while. I think it's more TCPs coming in. I think that's what that is.
Hillary won 6 coin flips.
Yeah. It had actually come a bit further towards Labor, but now it's pushed. Their leads come in a little bit. Didn't word that well.
Ooh. This is spicy. Make the incumbents stay. No. That's cooked.
There are just way more righty parties than there used to be. That is true. And when
Yeah, but there also used to be a lot of lefty parties back in the day, so it's like it goes both ways
guys,
historically.
when the vote sprays, Labour stays.
And Australia pays.
And Australia pays, that's right.
Well, that's only a short-term thing compared to like the left. The left has like longer-term splits, but the right seems to have splits and then they join pretty quickly. At least history tells us that this year could be different. And yes, voter attrition is a bigger problem for conservatives than progressives in politics.
So Labor won.
Conservative, less educated people, less likely to fill out more ballot numbers.
Labor won
and the vote gets wasted throughout counts.
To say Labor won the early voting centre by 1.1%, and that was off primaries of 41 to 30, which is basically pretty much what the current primaries are.
Interesting.
So the LNP have to outperform the day votes a little bit, not necessarily the swing, but the raw numbers.
ABC, decent lead for Labor. I don't necessarily trust whatever the ABC spits out, so
yeah.
It's just
and Farrell
reporting.
Was It looked like it was a bit underestimating. I don't know. At least early on, I don't know.
It's because the ABC hasn't. They haven't got the 2-candidate count for Wilson, which will push the LNP up a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just catching up.
Yeah. And they always are, even though they're getting $1 billion.
No, like they're literally just reporting the current 2-candidate preferred count, but we know that other booths are going to be better.
Yeah. Still love the Greens. They can win this, guys. Come on.
Labor's now outperforming their preference flow from 2024.
Okay.
Interesting.
In this house, we don't trust state-run propaganda agencies.
Anthony Green is who I hope to be when I'm 70 years old.
Oh, what is that question?
70 years old, except with more hair, hopefully.
What is that question? Labour One Nation or Labour Greens? Like, neither. Oh, entertainment is Labour One Nation. I mean, because Pauline Hanson literally said that they were communists for this latest budget. What we're seeing is like communism through redistributing wealth. Yeah, Liberal Greens coalition. and also a potential in the ACT. I'm just Tassie it. I mean, basically, we got a Liberal Greens, not government, but just formation in Tassie because they refused to pass a no confidence motion, which basically gave confidence in the government. And Liberals backflipped on greyhound racing, which is clearly a very Greens policy to ban it. So there's debate there to say that we're in another Liberal Greens government of sorts, even though there's nothing official.
Was it an official arrangement, that one back in the 90s?
Yeah, that's the official one. But I would say that there's really one now off the table. It's just the Liberal Party, though. The Tassie Liberals are like the most desperate of governments to stay into office no matter what.
To be fair,
anywhere else.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of almost understand Labor a little bit. It's like they thought 2024 didn't quite have the numbers, and then wanted to like have an election before claiming the right to govern, and then got a swing against them, would have looked super weird. I don't know.
Yeah, because they have no media strategy and no
Yeah.
real policies to compete against Liberals, because Liberals have occupied the centre of politics there, yeah. So there's nothing they can really do. So I don't know why they did an election.
Actually, I do
Considering
have
all that.
I do have some Coke and rum in the fridge. I should have drunk that while I was waiting for this stuff. But we had no bingo, so there's only
Sure.
one booth, regular booth that doesn't have a preference flow yet. It looks like. But that pre-poll is really what we're waiting for.
Anthony Gray makes a good point that if Labor wins this seat from this far behind, then Christopher is going to hit the button on OPV so hard.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
it's a good point. Yeah. Except this doesn't have One Nation in it.
Yeah,
This
which is interesting.
This
They're registered in Queensland, aren't they?
One Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't they contest? I mean, even though it's a Labor seat, they're attracting working class voters, and polls indicate that.
If you were here at the start of the election, you'd know.
I wasn't here at the start of the street.
It's not. I wouldn't call this seat a working class Labor seat anymore. It's more of a professional class Labor seat.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know every election in Australia.
I love everyone like calling it Whaler as
Whaler. Oh my gosh, that is horrible.
I'm sorry. It's getting to that time of
No.
night.
No.
Well, I think we have a definitive winner for that one. That poll.
Goodness. What have you done? What have you done?
Isn't OPV bad for the Libs? Why would he do that? Well, traditionally it's good for the Libs.
Mm.
In terms of like 21st century. Like it was bad back when they always ran Liberals and Nationals against each other. But now with
Oh boy.
but with Labor and the Greens competing for left wing vote in the LNP.
Easy. I mean, it won't be easy under Hanson Easy for sure. That's definitely accurate. Anthony Hanson Easy.
They'd always be that would be toxic Yuri Tasmanians, I think, because they're always fighting those two.
Jackie Lambie and Hanson Yuri.
I can't believe I said toxic Yuri in this fucking live stream.
Why don't socialists smile in their political material?
Because if they smile, that means that they would be endorsing capitalism, because we currently live in a capitalist society.
I mean, even then, like, they print stuff on there, which is probably from, like, they brought a printer to make that stuff. So they're using capitalism to fight capitalism, though, obviously. Fire with fire.
There must be a lot of people who voted this term side. Yeah, we've got all the booths now, so we're literally just waiting for this. How many votes were there last time in the pre-poll?
Is like the biggest.
Only about
like,
5,000.
5,000. Okay, there's going to be more this time because it's a by-election and a lot of people do pre-polls, I guess. So this one had 6,000. The Stafford one. I think this one's going to be much larger. I'm just getting that stupid wheel. Well, my stream hasn't dropped this time, like at all. So
yeah, your stream's. Let me check. I'll try and replay.
It's fine. It's fine. My stream's fine. I have no issues.
No, it's frozen. It's frozen. Sorry.
No, there's no way it's frozen. It's frozen because I'm on the
TV's frozen too.
I'm on a single screen. That's why it's frozen. And if I scroll, people are gonna say I'm making them sick by scrolling.
Yeah. Yeah, getting that locomotion, like, wooziness.
I'll see what Anthony Green has to say. I'll get the update on him.
Socialism, but instead of the socialism we know, it's just socializing.
Right, I see. That's what Max was talking about earlier with the OPV.
Yeah.
And then Bonham. Harmful. I don't know what you mean by it's harmful, but okay. Nothing harmful for labor, I assume.
I mean,
Yeah.
cat sandwich capitalism when you purchase a service, not necessarily. I mean, there's trade and exchange outside of capitalist systems, so it's not unique to capitalism or defining of capitalism. So capitalism is more the system in where the exchange of goods leads to one side getting more than the other, more often than not. So for business owners and other groups, it's profit.
Was Tom Steyer in like the Republicans and he switched to being a Democrat or something? I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
I was answering a comment about capitalism.
What's my dream electorate? What geography and demographics would you have in it? I think I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh no!
I'm not going to talk about that. That's going to run into some issues.
It's going to be like a battle royale, like arena, like setup. You know, there's all these separated groups that are going to fight.
We don't know when postals will be counted, but we'll have.
Most of them.
They
Yeah,
already have
the
been.
first,
Okay,
the first, like the early arriving ones have been counted.
Okay, so they did favour the LNP, but not any more than usual, I assume.
The swing was similar to everywhere else.
The worst person you know. My dream electorate would be exactly like those snake districts.
Yeah.
Just gerrymandering.
Heavily gerrymandered, yeah.
Yeah. Wonder how this can be justified.
But we're waiting for this pre-poll.
I'm waiting for my stream to be fixed.
That sounds like a great electorate. 50% Jewish and 50% Muslim voters. That sounds.
It's a 1v1, bro.
And then build the mosque and the synagogue right next to each other.
No, but it's gonna be like split in half as well, like on borders and stuff.
Oh yeah. Have half a mosque and half a synagogue.
Yeah, like East, like Jerusalem, like.
There would be like a line in the middle of the synagogue and mosque, and like.
Yeah.
And so that one of them pray on one side of the building.
Type setup.
Yeah, I think that would be a very smart idea. That would boost. You know how they talked about social cohesion? That would really boost social cohesion a lot better than a 30% minimum capital gains tax.
It would increase engagement, which is important, especially like in election. You want a high turnout.
I want to see some federal divisions that cross state boundaries.
What's wrong with you? I mean, like, no.
Like, no,
then,
give me.
Well, if you're gonna say that, then I'll say I want my Senate to just go across state boundaries as well.
Give me an Albury with Donga.
Yeah, we need that.
Exactly.
They're not so okay, guys. As Broken Hill has too many peeps. No, Broken Hill has too many Broken Hills.
Okay, I've got a more serious poll.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Let's go.
No. In Australia, it's like 2 countries, but just 1 electorate.
Yes, should include Yas and Golden.
Yeah, okay. So I have a question to you guys. Do you think anime fans are Greens voters, Labour voters, One Nation voters, or Liberal voters?
I mean, Lee Hansen basically looks like an anime character.
So you think they're One Nation voters? I mean, that checks out with like the Japanese people.
I mean, just by that, like, that totally scientific analysis, and like, with substantial proof and facts, we can conclude that anime fans are One Nation voters.
I feel like they're libertarian voters.
Oh yeah, actually that's a good point. Yeah, he makes a good point.
So should ACT be expanded? No, it should be shrunk.
Well,
Memes.
I mean, okay, this is like sort of a serious question because the AC does actually want to expand up in the northwest. They want to get bigger. So
New South Wales wanting to concede land.
There's a problematic border with one of the local councils, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, they should just have like this one road that's all like ACT, but like it reaches Jervis Bay just to link it up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, like that would be really gerrymandered. Like a 1 millimeter like just line.
Yeah, then you
Yeah.
like New South Wales and yeah. Parliament should just be only one seat. That's just big.
Okay, all right. Form squad. We know what he was getting at. You don't need to say it in the chat. Thank you. It should just be Jason Clare. What, like, as Prime Minister?
No, he'd have every portfolio. He'd just be the Minister of Ministers.
What, like Scott Morrison?
Yeah, real. But like even more.
They're either socialist alternative or support
the opposition as well.
Yeah, I know. I saw on Twitter somebody was saying that they were far right or far left. So. Anime fans.
Yeah. They're both. And that's the only thing they can unite on. Apart from the gas tax.
I can't believe this
We
pre-ball's
need an
not going to
electoral
report.
college in Australia. Come on.
Yeah, I'm closing the stream in 2 minutes, and then it'll just report straight after. Probably.
And it'll be like LNP 46% primary.
Yeah.
All right. Well, given that I am going to end the stream in like a minute, what are your takeaways from this, Max?
Well, it's looking kind of like how I called it, actually.
Really close. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Miles can just hang on, but only because he doesn't really have a proper alternative in the wings. Not good for Queensland Labor. And yeah, we're going to see OPV pretty soon, I'd say.
Okay, and Heath, what your thoughts?
Miles just looks like the high school bully. I think Labor might hang on to this seat, but I don't really have much to add. I haven't really looked into Queensland politics ever since the LNP won back in 2024, was it?
Yep.
Jeez, the time flies. But yeah, I think they might just cling. But I mean, obviously, things could change.
Yeah, but I do agree that regardless if Labor manages to pull this off, this is a good result for the LNP. They're in government.
Yes, it is.
They've been in government now for 2 years, and they're getting a big swing towards them in a seat where they already got like a 6.6% swing towards them at the election. Yep. So, and this is federally, this is Labor territory. This is like white collar, institutional class people. So this is Labor territory, and they're getting these swings. So this is definitely an endorsement of Chris Foley.
Yes, it is.
And I also think that another winner was the Socialists, who they don't even have a party banner, and they're getting almost enough. They could possibly get enough to get their deposit back. So I think they're another big winner from this. And yep. And
I think
so
I was just going to add, the Greens have come out not too bruised. Like, this is okay for them.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more of a reaction against Labor than an endorsement of the LNP. Just looking at the primary votes.
Okay.
Yeah. But there has
been...
The
LNP's had quite a bit of controversy.
Yeah, but I think like what some people have been talking about is how like the LNP is loved in the regions, and that's going to hold them up electorally. Yeah. But the question was, well, how far into Brisbane itself did their sort of increased support actually expand into? And this shows us that they are looking in a healthier position in metropolitan Brisbane.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten it now. Thank you for Max and Heath for joining me tonight.
No problemo.
Thanks for the stream.
Thanks for the stream, man.
Um, sorry that we couldn't hang on till the very end, but I want to go get my Eljana, and this could take.
It's always Aussie select.
This could take till tomorrow. We don't really know. But it is looking like Stephen Miles, even if he does manage to claw this back, it's not a good look for him at all.
No.
This kind of swing when he's in opposition. So if he loses the seat, he's gone. If he hangs on, he might. He might
also be gone.
He might, but it's definitely not a good look for him. And they'll be
it's not.
talking about.
There will be questions, at least.
There will be questions. That's right. He will be interrogated.
Just like with Starmer and the UK local elections.
Exactly, connecting it. That's right. Stephen Miles is Keir Starmer.
Exactly. With a massive loss and like thousands of hundreds of.
Wait, the pre-polls just came out.
Keep the stream going. We need to look.
I think this person's trolling me.
No, you gotta look. You gotta look.
I'm madly refreshing the page.
I'm voting in favor to look for it.
I'm madly refreshing the page. I don't see any pre-polls.
Lol, bro, got trolled.
ABC says Labour ahead. They've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
I'll give it another 2 minutes at 8:35. We're already
They're just memeing now.
They're doing that thing again where they're getting the poll just at 50% for each.
No. Just wait for the pre-polls.
I've literally been waiting for this for like half an hour. This one pre-poll.
I swear we've been waiting for like.
As the Liberals say,
probably.
Bro, 50% AEC text banned. That's insane.
Okay, who is this guy? The not Suke guy. You're banned from the next stream.
It's there. No, it's not. It's not there.
It's definitely not there.
Can you make it to 10 o'clock so it's even number for me? I'm sorry. I understand the
and they're trying to control you.
I understand the OCD tendencies, but I really want to get my Eljana. So the pre-poll dropped. They're doing it again. Oh my god! It's not there. It's not there. How many times do you want me to refresh?
He's got like 225.
Keep the stream going to unsubscribe. Otherwise, this is extortion.
Yeah, exactly. Steal.
I'm waiting one more minute.
Super chats or the stream ends.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
We can play this game too.
All right. Oh yeah, it's 9:35. 9:35. I'm going to Eljana. Thank you everyone for showing up, and I really do hope that it does not drop in the next 5 minutes. Then I'll look very silly.
Thanks, guys.